Oh, y'all are on the other side of the screen. Hold on, let me grab y'all here. Hello, everyone. It feels weird being able to properly be called manager again after all this time, I feel. Because even with Limbus, Dante is Don. Jesus! Thank you, 1 in 32 chance, for going off of right away in the stream. You should probably aware. Yes, Fur Quixote, who has been... Which one came first, the Furret or the Quixote? Feels very weird after being gone for so long. And this is mildly coincidental on the timing. As of tomorrow, at least as far as my time zone is concerned, it will have been exactly 3 years since the first Lobotomy Corporation stream. Did you cause the jump scare? Yes, the dash in your hey-ho was the cause of that jump scare. I'm working on changing some stuff behind the scenes. Well, I have a couple of things to say at the beginning of this. I wanted to just revisit the old facility. Just... You know, with being all caught up with Limbus and the story now, 3 years later. And what the journey that has been. To just come back and see the facility the way it was left. And I know there was discussion... those lovely old noises. Sorry, because yeah, I saw the discussion earlier about choosing stuff, and my idea was running a... Because, question, doesn't challenge mode continue onward from where it was? You burnt a $1 bill. Why did you burn a $1 bill? Continue. Season 2. I don't know that we'll do a season 2. I just wanted to look at the facility as we had it. Jesus Christ, I forgot how loud this game can be. It was getting cold. Well, how dare you? How dare you? You ate a $1 bill when you were a kid? God, how... You must have a...
Looketh at me in all my pride and glory, truly me at my best.
You at your best, when you were too sexy to show your face, so we had to cover it up. Remember the sexy Never forget sexy librarian for it. Never forget the sexy librarian. You were kidding with the $1 bill? Oh, that's... Well, either way. Wait, where is... I know he's in here. Good to see you again, old friend. That is... God, just seeing everything that was... So weird just looking... I don't know why I remember Reinhardt as someone who was, like, tangentially related to everything. Why is he in the same department as you? He kinda did... Frank is dead... Wait. Frank... I think Frank might not be here. Hold on. Yeah, Hold on. Unless... Yeah, because it would have saved the final sacrifice. The final sacrifice of Frank there at the end. Well, Gary, my other best friend, is fine. Frank had seen too much. Frank had been here longer than either of you and wanted out. Good old frail. This is the weirdest department ever. We have Furret, Mazorik, who is Alex, Gary, who was kind of my long-term favorite, Fraley, Kutas, and then we just have Hoon. Oh, wait, need their lesson again. I'm not here for... Vengeance was done, and we've had that whole arc with White Knight at this point. That story was long since concluded. Hoon, the random one who just is with the extraction team at this point. Is Davey still here? I believe Davey would be... I think Davey would have been welfare team usually. Ruby Mason, come with Tom. Tiffany. Carmen is best. Well, hey. Sometimes we like the brain in a jar. Would be safety? Well, there is an empty slot in here. So many dead from day 49. There weren't even that many Ferd, if I'm being completely honest, I don't even know. Wait, okay. There would have been a few dead from the pauses on day 49. But genuinely, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9 out of the entire facility missing. You've gone back in time. Well, you are the Time Lord, Kuda. Do I have express train to hell? Not in this facility. Dear God, no. Freaking the crazy Ozzy Osbourne was the cause of a reset with a different facility, Borderline, because there was a facility that was a big problem. Want to consider Lob as 0? Either that or I just jack up hired. I didn't even rehire. I don't remember rehiring too many, although this was the end of Lobotomy Corporation was like 2 years and 4 months ago. Have 9 dead, then 9 dead. Emma's still alive. That's unfortunately not the original Emma. Canonically, this is effectively Emma Jr. is what I would like to say, or Emma's child. Why does Budum Tis translate to oh stupid What are we doing back here? Well, with me being caught up with Lobotomy Corporation, with me having finally been caught up with Limbus Company and all the story until next Kanto comes out, I thought it would be a fun thing to come back here and run a few days, see if I can even properly run this place still, considering, what do I still have in the reserve? Oh, you are getting nice and loud. Gary, the one with that. Furret, the one with the Twilight. Everyone has all of this equipped. We're insulting creepers. Apparently. Oh, hi, Mark. Very indeed. Maybe somehow turn on Apocalypse Bird. Well, I would need to tell Furret to strip. Do we want Furret to strip for the sake of the apocalypse, or? Put it to poll. Do we want Furret to strip? And if Furret currently has the Twilight gear, which would prevent, unless Furret dies, but Furret is preventing the apocalypse with the gear. Give me, yeah. I'm trying to remember who Kitty Cat was. Sexy librarian. Yeah, Furret needs to be censored as well. God, it is interesting to know just how many died in the later days. Use desperation, ego. Now that's stripping. All right, Furret, yield your flesh. Yield your clothes, then yield your flesh. All right, let's just. You know what? Let's just see. Oh God, hold on. Okay, the pause button is a thing. Oh my God. My brain was borderline in another day mode. Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Friggin'. Okay, yeah, right click is how you tell them to go places. I'm trying to remember how all of this works. It has been so long. You're still wearing smile, yes. God, shit. Wait, just hold on. Where, yeah, Shadow would be down here. Does Shadow still? No, I eventually took away the team killing weapon. Familiar but foreign. Sad there is no P-enter in this game. Now that makes it a more better or funner. That makes it a more better or fun. Pfft. I don't know why I just like, yes, implement the demon serpent into your brain. Hello, Schadenfreude, how you doing? Right, I forgot you made uncomfortable noises. Oh, did you guess? What do you mean, you guess? Oh. Well, but look, something awful almost always happens. I genuinely forget how you work. Hold on. Image all damage that would dealt to the other, take about the edge will, yeah, that. Trying to remember how everything works. I do not, the fact that I used to have so much of this either remembered or known to be, whatchamacallit, known of what to ignore. Hello, random baldy. Do I have bald in this facility? May you? Do you want? Do you want? Oh, I'd have to go all the way down. Arrival very fast. Arrival very fast, or it will run. Also, meanwhile, don't mind those noises. God, this is probably not good because some of these have timers ticking down on them. But I just want to look around. Eventually, something will go wrong. You know what? Gary. Gary, you are going to be going into here for the sake of therapy. Only one has a timer on the train. Well, the train ain't here because the train was too many problems. Oh, Furret, you've already... Jesus Christ, Furret, you really did get there quick. Furret go noom. Oh my god, shut up. Remember, I can growl at you too. Look, I remember this too. I don't remember you going on for that long. That was quite the growl off. There's nothing there? Yeah, I know, but I still needed to growl at the nothing. One of the random... You know what? Extra little Emma, you get to go there. Nostalgic noises? The growling of the machine or the growling of Loon at the machine? And by the machine, I mean the abnormality. Hi, White Knight, how you doing? Gary's there in a safe spot. I'm trying to remember which one of these I'm supposed to, like, ignore completely. Oh, go in the river and do some stuff. I'm not paying attention to basically anything. Did we have a bald? Oh, we do have bald. That's why you're here. You're a designated bald worker. Wait, do we know? Yeah, go work with bald for funnies. Oh, this just feels... Yeah, these are all nostalgic. These are just honestly all super nostalgic noises. Let's watch some good old therapy. Hold on. Let's just watch some good old-fashioned therapy with Gary and White Knight. How are you doing there? You're nervous? Don't worry, Gary, you've got this. You've got this. Don't you worry. Baldy's base. Are you in this? I don't believe... Do we have a jack anywhere in this? Jake... No. I don't remember. Hold on. Do we got anything up here? This is kind of just the new hires. I genuinely forget, or if you were, you very well could have just died in some of the final stuff. Is we can change anything here. Oh, remember, it's still got Frank's blood on it. Don't worry, it is still there. It's still got Frank's blood on it. Oh, Granny's, well, no one gets to touch Granny now. Yeah, I was gonna say, Gary, where are you going? Been so long since I've seen Gary like this. And White Knight be happy? White Knight be happy. Good, I have appeased God. What? Ah, I was just kind of clicking around. I was just kind of clicking around. Whoops. Don't mind me firing the devil bullet. Oh. I misclick on the empty. Unit, you go murder mode. Hey, then we have the boss fight. Then we just have the ferret boss fight. Don't worry, I just contacted a tall German and made him do a shooty. Let's have a good old ferret versus whatchamacallit, ferret versus ferret versus rabbit team or something. God, you have a surprisingly high amount. You have all the requirements for what can even work with you. Hold on, I need to actually remember what can work with you. Temperance level 2, prudence level 3 or lower. Blah, 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 sound. I don't know. Alpaca. Yeah, I think we're good on that one. I can just You have slightly higher stats and everything. Huh. Who can 1v1 Furfur? I think currently no one. Gary would be the closest. Oh hey, the Snow Queen. Completely forgot about you. Ah, good. Good old Pianto della... Perform. Oh right, I forgot. What does performing do for you again? Lowered with a moderate probability to lower to 0. An employee entered to play for the third time when if the elements can voluntarily return this game after the end of the third movement. The movement was also prematurely ended when in Pianto della Luna was suppressed. Okay. Maki getting there. Oh my god, I forgot about Maki. Maki was also a lovely one. Play Wonderwall. Get in there. Give for Twilight and Smile plus Magical Bullet. For it's already full apocalypse. Full on apocalyptic everything, you know? Why Gary no heal? Is that part of the White Knight stuff? I forget. Nah, Hoon, you get in there and do some lovely work. You are indeed the heart thing. Blue Star is mildly upset right now. That's also not very good. What the? Oh, friggin'. I'm kind of just clicking around at random and just enjoying myself. The big one with someone trapped inside. Oh. Hey Gary, you want to get in there real quick? White Knight I didn't realize was being angry.
Gary no heal because challenge mode resets core suppression rewards.
Ah, I get you. Okay. Ignore the fact that I have all of these. Oh wait, that would be. Or our range should be able to be. It's just gonna take a decade. Yeah, there is kind of a. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Gary. Okay, keep doing good, Gary. Keep doing good.
Never mind, it doesn't reset core suppression rewards.
Good notice you did there. Okay, well, Gary is taking a lot of unfun stuff there. Wait, is it? Or is it just that the hallways aren't healing?
Gary's weapon? You can't heal outside of dealing
I
damage.
that is what I kind of thought. That is what I had thought. So I need something for murder. I'm just gonna start randomly assigning work to stuff and hope no one dies. Yeah, I'm just gonna start randomly assigning people. God, I hate you guys. I'm just gonna start randomly assigning people to work with stuff, and yeah, we're just gonna hope no one dies and no one goes bad. Blue star is still fine enough. The butterfly is the butterfly. You, I don't have anything to request with you. That. You get to go. Hi, Queenie. The different Queenie, not. Oh, Blindfold Meltdown 1. Oh, right. God, it does reset the protection, it would seem. Okay, well. Okay, well, I need to work on you with something else. You. What do you do again? Notes from a crazy racers of those who benefit from a sharp increase. In order to return them to the ranger within 30 seconds, the user's skin will start to swell and body will explode. If ordered to return notes from case researcher without performing any sort of managerial work, the user will explode. If the user receives a certain amount of damage, they will explode. Okay, so this person needs to do some work. That's a very low. I thought this was very high. Man, my brain just went backwards. You're the one with the research stuff? Yeah, you. Huh? What is the... Oh, Jesus! Oh, Daddy! Alright, how dare you, oh, Daddy! How dare you, oh, Daddy! Why are you, oh, Daddying? Oh, God, there's another... Oh, Daddy! Oh, right. The punishing bird! Oh, Daddy! Oh, Daddy! Help! 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 Daddy. Everything has gone wrong! Everything has gone wrong! Everything has gone wrong! Can I control A? Why are you getting out? You know, I get that I was kind of just, oh God, okay, you get it. Everyone in the damn facility go over here. Everyone get everyone is dead. Oh, Jesus Christ, everyone is dead. You are dead. I figured that one out by the twilight. Hold on, oh, Jesus Christ. For it and Gary were the first two. Oh, good. And the portal is here as well. That's lovely. Where's Judas? Where's Judas when you need him? Hold up. Go! Oh, right, the whole pale pulse. Fraley has been thrown into a panic. Eugene, River Eugene. No one is having a fun time. Well, we could have the Apocalypse Bird and White Knight just. Hey, Mazoric, get into the shelter. Don't worry. Should we just let the aftermath? We probably should have, but we had Judas work it. Well, you're Oh right, you're out too. Well, that was interesting. Didn't I order? Mazoric is uncontrollable. Why are you uncontrollable? Well, we have that one perpetual... This is gone. You got this. Oh yeah, just I keep forgetting that they are slowly wandering their way. And meanwhile, White Knight's probably going to breach again by day's end. Don't worry about that one. Where are you going? Are you going to go set more out, or are you... Random bullets! The Black Forest does not appear to be properly dying. Go to the cherry blossom tree of death. Oh, lovely. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, these are two of the only ones who... Okay, Shadow and Quinn are still fine. Hold on, are you just down here having fun? Okay, well that music is going off. Don't mind the corpses and bloody intro. You know what, we're just gonna pretend that was who headed Kim when you need him. Well, funny enough, that's still lore accurate of him not being here. It's weird how something that was once so traumatic is a calming memory of a different time, you know? Happy memories. Weirdly enough, they are happy memories. Happy memories of the times that they were. I take a much fond memory of this place, despite the horrors that went here. Look, there's a reason I wanted to know where my Judas Summer was. Calm and playing Lobotomy Corporation. It's a calming presence. It's one of those things where it's now I'm on the other side of it, I can just be here in enjoyment, you know? When it is, I had to go to you and Gary. Wait, who got moved up there then? Hello, Friendly, you and Mazorik. God, Frank. This is weirdly empty without Frank. I could pull Frank back out of the damn Iron Maiden and say you don't get to die so easy. I could try that. Mazorik as well, and Hoon, who is an honorary member of that one. Let's just see if I can't get the day. Well, on the bright side, that does make it easier to manage. It does make it way easier to manage. Gary is still the White Knight therapist. That. We do not sacrifice. Emma, you get in there.
Manager, thee forgot something.
Thee forgot something? Yeah, what has I thee forgotten? Alright. You'll get that in a minute. You got a little bit of work to do first. You've got just a little bit of work to do. Monkey is the maxed out one. The maxed out one. You get to potentially die. However, you'll get there. You'll get it eventually. Don't worry. Oh my God, the Growlies. You've done your little bit of work, and what are even the cumulative time? Isn't that... That's in minutes, right? That's gotta be in minutes. First, almost used that for 10 straight hours. Those who have the harvest will benefit from each other. If one is ordered to return the harvest without attacking, they will lose their mind and increase violent tendencies. If one is ordered to return within 30 seconds of borrowing the same result. So we need, wait. Oh, you were, hold on. Who's got a... Oh, you just have the default beat stick. You have the censored weapon. I don't think that's gonna do good. Does this do... Oh, well, you can do white damage as well. Yes, you can! Moving on from that suggestion. For reasons I think should be obvious. Who else has who's got some white in the meanwhile? Solemn Lament. Yeah, screw it. We like we like remembrance of that. have one. Do that one. What about Blue Star? Blue Star is currently what Shadow is bringing there. All right. The situation will be handled. What the? I don't know how I saw trust people. Let's reach them and find redemption. Hey Gary. Hey Gary, you want to get in there with some White Knight therapy? Therapize God real quick. Are you about to? Okay, at least it's the Firebird. Yeah, we'll do our best here. Tink. Yep. Come on, go on there. Come on. We're helping you, Emma. We're helping you, Emma. Okay, well. We are now going to, all of you get to move up here for a little bit, okay? Don't worry about a thing. Why did Emma go insane? Because she was working with... Okay, where are you even gonna go? Okay, you went down. You two can come, like, over here or something. How's White Knight handling? White Knight was made happy by Gary, as is expected by Gary. Also, the fact that these two are neighbors. The fact that these two are neighbors. Being in the same department as Elora Sanity? Ah, that wouldn't surprise me. That would not surprise me, but that is just... this is the funniest thing to me. I really just don't want to touch that nest because that nest terrifies... Where's the... Is the Firebird going home yet? Yeah, Firebird's going home. Don't worry. We've lost a lot of clerks. But hey, the food supply was running low. What can you do? We gotta make ends meet. Just start having stuff go into here. You go into there with that. You go with that one. Don't accidentally click the problem one. You go in there. You go in there if something problem. Maybe read them. No. Who needs to read? I remember this from years ago, and by I remember this, I mean... Shut up. I have it correct. Okay, for it. Oh, right. I meant to actually send you to that, but then I know... Right, I noticed the Emma. Project Moon fans can't read. Exactly. Why am I Honglu? Because for some reason... That was a coincidence, okay? I don't mind those comparisons. But that's a coincidence. I am just Honglu, I guess. For some reason. You're gonna make Furret explode? Well, hey, everyone likes fireworks, right? Gary, I need you to continue therapy with God. Don't worry about that. Emma, you go in there with the static. Why do you keep wanting me to look at the notes? By some random death because manager was curious. Look, eventually, at some point, potentially. Yeah, Reno, you get to go into there. Was Reno a person? Oh, I'm completely noting I had, actually liked attachment better like 5%. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, but at this, I mean, it probably would make a little bit of a difference of little scratchies here, but at this point, oh god, right, you're annoying and you want the middle work, right? Hold on, what is it? You just, when it was good, lowered, when it was bad, lowered. Yeah, you need to get, like, right in that sweet, how big is your middle? You have a 5 window. Jesus Christ, why are you a dick? Yeah, you get to go that one. I forgot your noises that you make. Ugh. Don't worry for disarmed. I think that might be the reason to worry. Oh, hold on. Friggin'. The music is being oddly now. Order usage. Susan, you get in there, I guess. Frickin' Rudolta, you get to be... Yeah, Hunter, you get in there. I trust you with that. You must be happy. Kana, you get in there. I'm just... Yeah, we can, check out that one and such. And everyone go! Also wanted to see Paul, Paul's after being like a David, you pretty much purge it for your muscle memory. That's a funny thing. Some people got through day 49 by not pausing. I found it easiest to pause and take a few sacrifices. To be fair, I think I only needed a couple of pauses to get through the Arbiter fight, but... Well, Get back in there. Okay, there we go. I think you're still gonna be... Oh, no, you're happy. You're happy enough. Meanwhile... Meanwhile... what did I get? Is White Knight getting out? And then apostolizing. And speaking of White Knight getting out... Oh, no, White Knight was in the middle of therapy. Hey, Mazoric, you get in there. Don't summon Ravager employees heal the maximum sanity and HP. Thank you for that advice that I absolutely... Ooh. Yes. One more good. One more good. One more good. Hell yeah, we got it right in the slit that it requires. Who currently has the notes? Susan? Cool. You get to... work with you. I don't want to touch the meat lantern. Did not miss the Punishing Bird ASMR. Hey, I like the Punishing Bird ASMR, okay? Punishing Bird is adorbs. Punishing Bird is an adorable little bingus, okay? Do not offend my little Punishing Bird. Oboe right in the slit. I said what I said. When cleaning the unit as part of Insight work, Cedric will quickly turn to do... So, Insight work we do not do. I don't want to touch the machine. Biggest suburbus. Emma, you go in there and touch a deburb. For once in is doing... decently, did some work. I could send someone to go be with Granny for a little bit, but, I don't want it. Night of Despair, do I... Who do I give the blessing to? Someone else work with you. Anthony, you get in there with the tall German man. You get in there with the nice tall German man. Little resident, but I don't want to breach privacy. The thing is, I have seen what you have made, and I'm just like, is there any way I could potentially... Is there any way, without us doxing each other to ourselves to each other, that I could get that from you? Because that thing is adorable, and I would love to have it. For those who are not in the Discord server, there are the little... Are there any dupes due to architecture? As far as I'm no, there was a chance for a dupe. I could have had 2 queen bees if I wanted to. But I did not take it due to, not wanting to deal with potential... I declined it because I didn't know if that would break something further than my understanding. Oh, look, you made her happy. Kitty cat. I genuinely forget. I know that this was a cat of some type, right? But people in the past, would break your sanity. It might have. Look, my sanity is a very fragile. My sanity is a very Brendan Fraser thing. Don't know why that's where my brain went. Gary, you need to be doing slightly better when working with God. Only slightly. I forget who's worked with who here, so I'm just gonna not touch them for the rest of the day. You get in there, I guess. You're doing good there. You're doing kind of... I don't want to touch the inn. We could commit lovely amounts of sacrifice. Actually, we could go... Yeah, you get in there, just get the blessing. If only we had Frank here, he was so good at it. Well, again, after all that time in the basement and the facility as a whole, Frank wanted out, and who am I to deny Frank his out? Frank, we will always remember for the sacrifices he had done. Yeah, get in there. You got a good enough outfit for it. We need to push this now, otherwise White Knight's gonna problem us. Susan, you get in there. Alright, Susan's committed work, so therefore Susan should actually be able to return the notes. Oh. Another fun bug about architecture. What is the other architectural bug? I was there just for the sake of that. Oh, good, you're already en route. And, this... Common, low, low, low. Common, low, low, low. Common, low, low, very low, 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 low. Yeah, so it shouldn't... Gary, you get in there, and you are the therapist of God. Not the repression on Beauty and the Beast. Well, look, if problems happen... Wait, hold on, where's the note on that one? Collapse and after Beauty and the Beast collapsed with a weak moan on the floor. The bad who carried the work for the began to suffer under symptoms. Soon Beauty and the Beast was born anew. After repeated repression work. It does appear weak right now. Well, we may about to be losing Susan. I forgot about that whole mechanic. Well, if someone dies, oh well. If someone dies, oh well. Twice in a row? Yeah, which I believe is what is happening, so... Oh. Well, no, that's fine. Cheeseburger! God damn you and your rarelies for it! I don't also have a do, but it's way more rarely. Yes, indeed, because of, just how much less is available at the time, correct? We can always just clone them with money. Oh, right. This is a random-ass thing. Okay, I'm saying this, this is not going to affect 99% of people who ever watch me, but I'm just throwing this out there. Yeah, you can't touch that. So, relatively recently, YouTube has adjusted, like, okay, why do you both? Good enough. But, YouTube has adjusted the pay dividends between how, like, the money that the actual creators get and how much YouTube gets. And the way they worded it was not clear to me at the time exactly how that worked, because it looked like it may have only affected ads, but as of recent, I've noted it affects Super Chats, so now Super Chats, if anyone is giving money via Super Chat, way less of that actually goes to me, and way more of it goes to YouTube. Like, the amount that goes to YouTube was almost doubled. Because they changed it from, based on what I saw, they changed it from 70-30 to now it is a 50-50. Like I said, this does not affect most people, but just on the off chance that anyone here is wanting to throw money away, I have finally gone through the trouble of setting up an alternative tipping thing through Stream Elements. So if you want to be really bad with your money, you can now at least make sure it goes to me as opposed to that. I don't have everything set up like that for that anymore, yet. Other than the ability to do it, and it'll pop a little thing on screen with, like, the ODaddy notifications of memberships, which I will also say, gifted memberships and memberships appear to have not been affected by the change I have just mentioned. So memberships are still as good as ever. But if you were thinking of super chatting is still going to be on for anyone who wants to throw money and for some reason cannot go through the other route. But yeah, this is just, I repeat For the umpteenth time. Do not do this! Unless you are really just like, I have money to burn. Do not do this unless you are saying you quite literally have money to burn, because that is how that will, that is what the circumstances that push this. Yeah. Woo! At least we got to see the oh, Jesus. Well, goodbye, Susan. Hey, the notes got returned, because, you know. You get to go there. How are y'all doing? Y'all are doing good. Susan is now the abnormality. Well. Oh, you still need work. Hey, Ray, you get on in there. Wait, did that say Susan still has health? That's real funny if so. Nox, you go in there. Now you've acquired more than half of it. Oh, there's the... Where's Kudo when you need him for the line? I forgot that Angela is just... Oh! I may or may not have just not realized that that was a thing. 1, 2, 3, and is... Okay, that's the punishing burb one. Where's the final one?
Manager, man?
You know what, Vert? You may do whatever you... Where the piss is the... Aren't there supposed to be 4? There you are. Alright, you can go to that one single-handedly. I'm realizing now not giving anyone a black shield is probably a problem here, but... Because, yeah, screw it, I'm trusting... Okay, I forgot these things are an Aleph for a reason. Yeah, I trust you to get to this one. Yeah, screw it, we're just gonna go. You're in charge, yeah, you're in charge of getting the welfare team one. And I'm hoping no one well. We're just gonna pop that on that one as well for the slow saking. I don't see any problems occurring yet. Meanwhile, Snow Queen is just whistling howlies. How's anything doing? Yes, run in fear, run in fear. So you're dead. You're dead. May you witness? Look, yes, you may witness. Hold on, I'm just gonna real quick. Gary, keep doing the therapy. You may witness. Now, I wish I could slow down time. Yes, for it. Yes, for it. Do what entire departments couldn't do. Okay, well, yep, and you're back, and you're done. Hey, now you can put back the heart if you really wanted to. I know you don't want to, but the thought is there. You won't blow up. Anyway, we're gonna do that one again. You're going to do that one again. Rayleigh, you're going to do that work there. The army in black is over there having its fun. I thought you were in a panic mode. Well, you wouldn't blow up, but you will blow up others. Indeed, you will. And that would be mildly amusing to witness. Where's this entire... Oh, you guys are just in the elevator for some reason. Oh, get away from the Schadenfreude. Don't look at the Schadenfreude. Right, yeah, stop moaning. You go into there. I do wonder how many incredibly easy deaths I'm going to be not avoiding here. How'd Schadenfreude work go? Schadenfreude work do good. Happy times. Everyone is happy times right now. Very happy times. Even White Knight is happy times. Angry God is happy. Even Carmen is having a happy time. Look at how happy she is. Look how happy this lady is. That's the face of a happy woman. I would know. I've seen many happy women. Ugh. Them not having end. Oh, and the bug. Wait, what bug? Because so Carmen is technically considered a sub-department. I'm aware, because yeah, she appears on the full map. Don't really know about how I freak out, just not have one spawn entirely. She'd be happy if you distorted myself right now. No, wait, this count? I have made her happy. I have made her happier. She is far happier now. Anyway. Crystal Distortion. This is more closer to Ego Manifest than Distortion, because it's not... Where's the Crystalline Abomination for Distortion? I don't have that as a working model, but, you know, it exists. Yeah, you... Anthony, go talk to Tall German Man. And yeah, currently, the Crystalline Abomination would need, some extra work to be a potentially viable rig. And by that, I also need to redesign it, so... Okay, well... need to redo on you. You... Don't you just go some... Hold on, I need to... Meat land... you, Amelia, you go deal with that thing. When work result was bad, when work took less than 40 seconds to complete. That was that one. Well, and no way to avoid it. No way to avoid it. Meltdown. Why did I misread that as Melmounds? Herald of Challenge mode and not a lack of core suppressions.
Fun fact, to go on TE work time you get just by rearing someone due to the training team core suppression bonus.
Is already too fast for that?
Already too fast in terms of work time.
I remember that from the past time. I just wanted to double check on that. Being completely honest. Ruby into there. Now you've got enough white protection. You... I keep forgetting who's worked with this before. Maki, you get in there. If I've made a mistake, I apologize. However, one that could not be found in the facility, no benefits to transfer younger. Can't I just literally take this and put it back if I wanted to? You into that. Reinhardt into that. Right, I forget. Zero fewer employee begin to move towards the variables when the center was designed as captivated. When captivated employee reached the containment unit, they were dragged into the tree. After continuing to select employee was captivated, simulator turned to normal. Yeah, so you need to rapidly tap like the sleepy thingy. Our drawer employee and another employee commence work when its level counter returned to its maximum. Furthermore, HP and SP of every employee in the facility was healed. Okay, yeah, so just Mal go there. You to there. Over to there. You... I forget if you even do anything... Right, no, you kind of just flash some stuff every so often. Eden. What a lovely garden. Hey, Shadow. Have you healed from your last, have you... Yeah, screw it, even if you hadn't. Get insightful, Aren't you just everything is that? Everything is just common. Well, we're rolling the roulette wheel on that one. How's God doing? God's doing fine. Alright, someone is en route to every problem. Gary, keep being attached to God. I'm just going to immediately order a return as soon as you take it out. Okay, yep, you're there, and return. Immediately. Hopeless. Yeah, don't worry. Oh, Shadow wasn't, Well, beginning grooming procedure A. What? Oh. Does I still land alone? He'll breach anyway. It'll be longer if you let the timer tick down. Wait, what? Just leave Sir Lantern alone. He'll breach anyways, and I'll be longer than the timer tick. Oh, right. Well, man. Alright, just wanted to wait for that, and now... Look for the lantern time! Pesca. Pesca. I forget, is it only in hallways, or can it also be in, like, elevators and such? Hi, Emma, how you doing? Do you love this game? I very much. Only hallways? Thank you. It is interesting after all, this is another thing to say, after all the Limbus Company, where Limbus Company is effectively a visual novel, in front of a random containment unit. Thank you for the re-information. No, no. 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 I'm still checking everywhere. No. No. No, no. No, no. There you are. I was gonna say, have I missed it, or is it just... Hold on, and get someone... Who's got a ranged weapon nearby this? Who's got a... Anyone got a ranged weapon down here? No. You do. There we go. Alright, those two can deal with it. Oh, sorry, I forgot about tall German guy. How's Gary doing? We've got... What? What just breached? Ah, I did make a mistake with these two. Hey, Furret! Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, brr. Yeah, you two get on that thing. Furret, you know what you need to do. But yeah, the bad neighbors. Oh, good. Oh, good. Wolfie is having a fun time. Go here as well. Meat Lantern is dealt with. Good. Anything else I can do to potentially help our situation? Oh, right, because because of the trumpet. I was like, why is Big Bird out? And then it's like, oh, right, because... Oh! God, you have a lot of defenses. I guess you are a literal day one employee. Hold on, everyone who is here also, just get up in here and, meanwhile, Ruby mid-jump. You get the hell out. Oh good, the wolf is becoming just... The wolf is going. Door bridge from the clerk desk. Ah, right, the clerk desk. I forgot that was a thing. I also forgot you got painted. Who are you alluring? Okay, that's all going there. Everyone down here, you're gonna get onto the bird. Hold on. Problems have ensued very quickly. Hold on, how's everything going here? We'll slow you down there just for the sake of that. Turn and fight. How's everything going now? How's Big Bird doing? Endured. What is your... You're weak to white and pale. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, Gary is not in any... You know what? Gary, how quick... Gary, you get to go down and fight the bird. Gary, you're fighting the bird. The rest of the entire department... Big Bird about to eat Shadow. Well, after the genocide Shadow has committed, maybe it's only fair. You're not allowed to be slow. Where's the wolf? There's the wolf. Now get some red shields. Okay, I realize now I could just let you be like that and be happy. How's Big Bird doing? Has anyone died yet? I hear squishies. I don't know if they're bad squishies. Well, most squishies are not good. Go from nothing ever happens to it. That is the way. Also, remembering, let me just double check on the angry god. Oh no! Hey Gary, be quick about whatever you're about to do. Okay, good. Good. Gary, just keep doing what you're doing. God, who is the friggin' entranced one right now? I can't even tell. You two. Yeah, you two need to get up here. Shadow, you can come back. Everyone else can just go back into this. Yeah, wait. Well, I'm sorry, Reno, you're dead. That's unfortunate. You're now berserk because you didn't get the last hit. Hey, Furret, you're... Where? Jesus Christ, why are you so fast? Okay, yeah, Reno's the only one who has died. I think Big Bird is about to be dealt with, though. Yeah, Gary has dealt with Big Bird. We could just real quick... Dog is still alive? I am aware the dog is still alive now. I noticed that after a little bit. Hey, Gary. Where's the dog? Yeah, Gary, you get to the dog. Actually, you know what? I feel like the dog and them are gonna have fun together no matter what. Okay, yeah, you've reset. Gary, I need you to kill them both. Bird is here, yes, Bird, murder! Bird, Jesus! When did Little Red become Sonic? You know what? Yeah, just everyone onto you if I can. Gary, at least get that off. Good. Just slow down a little bit. Where is Wolf? Where is Wolf? Everyone get onto the Wolf here. Yeah, well, the problem is Wolf is running around the entire facility, which also means Little Red is going to be following around the entire facility. You know what? We're just, yeah, business as usual. Some stuff needs to be just business as usual, am I right? Am I right? Okay, why are you such a quick... Okay, yeah, everyone clawed the damn wolf. Actually, everyone get out of there. I don't want you in the... I don't want you in the crossfire. Oh, Jesus! I forgot... What? Oh, and now Army in Black is out. I forgot you had that thing going on. I'm noticing some problems right about now. Problems that were avoidable. Alright, well, other plan. We are going to, once again, as I have said, commit business as usual. And if God happens to happen, then God happens, and that's unfortunate for us. God, the speed at everything happening is, Tom is dead? Who is Tom? We're gonna have a lot more problems than just Tom's death if the army is also allowed to get... Okay, we also have the fragment of the universe going out. Cool. Love that for everyone. How's White Knight doing? You know what, Gary? You get to White Knight and try and just speed this along. Not Fragment of the Universe. Look, no one remembers Fragment of the Universe at this point. We're just gonna... You go in there to work like that. Oh, good. Yeah, just whack it. Whack it good. Whack it good. Okay, good. Little Red, done. And the wolf is done. Okay. Wolf is done, Little Red is done. Now we can focus on... Well, these guys are gonna deal with that one anyway. We can focus on other problems. Y'all are getting the universe dealt with. That was the last... Okay, I have a single bullet left. That's not concerning at all. Never mind, he didn't look... Wait, what? Wolf might reduce White Knight's counter. Oh, that's what's been happening. Bunnies. I don't think the bunnies are needed. Wait, hold on. Everyone go to here, but also then murder there. You there. Recall. Gary's about to therapize God. No. Kill. Are you kidding me? Wait, murder. Thank you. Why was that such a hard... Yumi has been thrown into a panic. Where is Yumi? That was a mildly annoying. Hold on. We're just gonna go back to normal because it's too visually flashy. Actually, wait. I forgot I can do this. Oh, damn it. Maritza is dead. The Baldy is gone. Pressing dead. Panicking. Yumi. Tom. Yeah, sorry, Tom. We didn't know who you were. Welfare team. Yumi. I don't know where you are. Because everyone's been kind of Oh my god, the wolf isn't dead. Oh, I thought the wolf was dead. Where the hell is the problem? I can't believe you died like that. Oh, there. Okay, wait. There's Yumi. No. Oh, I guess I could put you down quickly. You go enjoy your food. Have a happy time. Food in mouth is a lovely feeling, and enjoy it. Savor it. Savor what you feel. Why is there no nearby white damage? I have found the nearby white damage. Oh, wait a minute. That's the head pop. That is the head pop insanity. You have white damage among others. For it! We already have the team killing Shadow. We don't need for it to go on Genocidal Maniac. I'm keeping this one bullet for a very good reason for it. I'm keeping this bullet for a very good reason. In case what worse comes to worse and what is necessary becomes to need be do. Became rusty and I thought, it's almost like it's been 2.5 years since I've even touched this game. Also, I don't remember all of what everything does. I made the mistake of getting something killed to a Teth. And I have admittedly, not even been paying attention to, like, whatchamacallit. I mean, while Punishing Bird is out. God, I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Either way. Alright, please don't remove your own head. 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 Oh, good, you're weak to white. Okay, good, we've brought you back. The wolf is almost dead. Come on. And Meat Lantern is somewhere. Oh, okay, at least Meat Lantern is there. Hold on, you. Yeah, everyone just deal with Meat Lantern there. Wait, no, that's mostly a melee weapon, ain't it? We're just, you get to go that way. Everyone here stays here because I don't trust the Meat Lantern. Any whoozy doozies. You get to go and do insight with the lovely, lovely, lovely thing. Okay, the Black Swan is also now out. Hey, Ferrets! How do you feel about killing a family? You're late? Oh, hey, Frey! Well, here... Oh. Okay, hold on. No. Ferret, we need you to go here, because we don't want the reflect to happen. We do not want the reflect to happen. Oh, Jesus Christ, that is important! Hold on, worse things have happened! Terrible bad things have happened! Why is everything here gone? Okay, you know what? Truly terrible things are happening. Truly terrible things.
Manager, red alert.
Very red alert! Ferret, I would like you to go berserk. You do have the heart, right? Good. Yeah, the heart is fine. You have the blessing, which means you're gonna get down here. You're going to come from the other side of things and help with that one. That's your dog.
Hey, maybe we should put on a leash. Maybe a leash would be a good thing. Okay.
Well. Meanwhile, Big Bird is not doing anything. Okay, we have many problems that are happening. Yun-Hun, you get in there. We are simply... attempting to brute force our way through here. That is what new is going to happen. And once the day is complete, we are going to complete day 51. Good, that's Gary being a weapon. You know what, Ferret, you put down the dog. Before the dog becomes too big a problem. Yeah, Clyfoth meltdown. Everyone just keep shooting the ever-loving hell out of this thing. Gary, why are you... Gary, help put down the dog. Okay, we have that on kill all the brothers duty. Okay, we have time. There are no number checkpoints in challenge mode. Oh, that does not surprise me. Shadow, you get into that one. You go into... not with that pale resistance. Maki, you get to go into there. Someone's already en route to you. Yeah, that's fine to be eaten on that one. There's some death happening. Lovable death. I love my death. Oh, Gary, I'm sorry, you have to go away from dog duty because, there's one thing worse than dog, and it's God. Oh, good, the egg is here. Hey, Ferret, how do you like your odds of 1v1ing that? How do you like your odds of that 1v1? Shadow is dead. Shadow is dead. Oh. The meat lantern chose the same home twice in a row. The meat lantern chose the same house twice in a row. It's immune to red. Well, oh, right. Does it heal from red, though? Or is it just immune? Yeah, all of you, attack the egg. Just immune? Okay, as long as it doesn't heal, we're fine. Yeah, see, look, it's taking damage. It's taking damage. I think I have an eye for people. Ah, yes! I think so, too. Alright, well, we've made it with 14 seconds left over. Alright, day 51 complete. Only 8 dead, B ranking. Ah, we did good, we did good. But the other form is immune. Oh, lovely. Oh, how's everyone doing? Does it show me all who died? 1-0. Oh. You only get one from this in challenge mode. Oh, okay. We made $1, that's a profit. Ignore the funeral processions that are gonna have to take place here. We'll all be dead in 5 days. Well, hey. We can just rewind time. Technically, I could rewind time and redo all of the final end of whatchamacallit suppressions. All of the multi-suppressions that are also fun. I suppose this could also be the chance I have to do the stream I wanted to all the years ago of just reading through. That would also revive Frank. Indeed it would. They can't get past you. Well, Frank, remember how this ended. You chose to escape from this mortal coil. Look at everyone, alive and well and happy. And very good. Do I really not have any? Right, there are some people who Why did I not? Why does no one have Da Capo? Hold on, who is team captain?
Everyone with Da Capo died.
Everyone with Da Capo died. Okay, yeah, I was like, that came off as weird. Mazoric is captain of Extraction. That makes enough sense. I think Shadow is over here? Oh, Amelia is captain over here. There is no captain of Architecture. Goddamn Mazoric, I would put as a better leader. You are... Okay, Maki being leader over that one. That makes sense given the levels I'm looking at. Ruby, Philosopher. Oh, I misread that as self-cessed, and I'm just like, why are we celebrating that? Selfless. Man, I think a lot of our team captains died. I think a lot of our team captains died in day 49. Central Command Team 1 captain. Central Command has Piper as its only. Slightly unstable. Yeah, look, you're too drug addicted. You're too much drug addiction. Not a... Mao. The face of a leader. Yeah, Kana, that makes sense. And then the fact that even has a captain. But more responsible than you for it. I'm gonna throw that as a definitely, you know, just don't worry about that one. Oh, does that also reset White Knight's position? Nope. Nothing resets White Knight's position because White Knight is White Knight and White Knight. Oh, White Knight decided I like this department. Oh, wait, no. White Knight also shuffled out. Well. White Knight took the shelter, threw it up there, and then came back to... Okay, White Knight, wait, White Knight, why are you just... White Knight's a little prankster. I didn't know that this was a freaking trickster god. But I was saying, this could... I was thinking of this being the... Whatchamacallit? The time I finally get to, go through and just read all of, like, the abnormality lore entries, which would require me... How do you, Okay, hold on, let's just begin management and then... Return to main menu. Threat, they sure do hurt. What are we talking about specifically? God. Apparently White Knight looks... Well, funny enough, in this one, Loki is one of the apostles. Because Loki was just a randomly generated name that White Knight claimed as an apostle back in the day. So, maybe there was some influence there. What a fun nostalgia trip. Good old day 41. Oh, no, not this. The fact that it's a load screen between menus. Do not open this redacted. Where's the button? Because the button I never actually touched. Is there, or is there literally just nothing? Not that lucky, but it's a funny coincidence. That is a very funny coincidence. Does the button just not have an entry here? Smell. Frank's forever home. Right, this thing that's caused me more than a few problems because of negligence. Why does this thing just look like a Roomba? Why does behavioral adjustment just look like a Roomba? What, Frank? Oh no, Frank's just reminiscing about the forever home. Luminous bracelet. Oh, Frank. Oh, hey, look, also Frank, it's your first love interest. Feet. Alright. I will start just from the top on this. I'm gonna do a be right back, but I'm actually gonna just... we can have this be the... however long... I was like, I can still feel his presence. Subtle shaking from the nearby Iron Maiden. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna leave you with the lovely whooshy noises. In this be right back. Hi, Ezra. I'm just never gonna remove Ezra at this point. Ezra's gonna be here until... Ezra will persist until morale improves. am I to deny a further request? Unless that request is unreasonable, but this request was not unreasonable. And though he may not be here properly anymore, as he is a corpse inside of an Iron Maiden, Frank can be with us in spirit. And grace us with presence in a certain way. As Frank has now, as we all know, been lost. We're back at Lobotomy Corporation. Frank isn't allowed to exist again until the floor of religion comes in the library. Thusly. Yeah, that's the end of the statement. Thusly. I will say, I don't know, I'm probably not going to get through reading all of these if I'm being completely honest, because I don't have as much time as I normally would for this stream time slot. I think I did read this one back in the day. Here we go. Why is the ... here we go for it. Hold on, consuming water. We are just starting this from the top. Ugh. It takes the form of... Oh, it has been quite a while. When was the end? I know when the beginning was. But when was the end? April... The end date of the original... The end date of Lobotomy Corporation was on 4/20, 2024. That's a funny coincidence. I forgot about that. Back then. Well, you weren't a moderator back then, so times have definitely changed. You were still very new and around. Also, I think it would be better, yeah, over here, so I'm not, There we go, so that I'm not covering any of the text while we're doing these lovely old readings. Lower time. It is so weird. We are Lobotomy Corporation. Hi guys, you're still alive. It's like I can still hear his voice. It is weird. We are taking the game that is far and away the most, comparatively to Library of Ruina and Limbus, this game is far and away more gameplay to reading. And now we're going nothing but the reading. I'm sorry. Well, she's like a ticking time bomb. No one can tell if she's in a good mood or not. Insert Leon Kennedy from the original Resident Evil 4. Women. Takes the form of a girl burnt to ashes. Even though there's nothing left to burn, the fire still doesn't extinguish. That's it. A matchstick impales the girl's body like a stake. Usually the match is always lit, while the abnormality shows no sign of activity. Because of this, employees often speculate that the matchstick may be the abnormality's true body. However, recently the Ashton figure was seen crying, according to witnesses. Excerpt from Abnormality Specialist Dr. Redacted's research log. Alright, who redacted our doctors? I also forget this is one of those games where whenever I go off screen to try and do something in OBS, this is one of those games that just, like, group minimizes. The charred body represents the child's crumbled hope, while the ever-blazing flame represents the obsession for affection. It's always in conflict with the contradiction between these two. At least it's not doctor censored. Pretty sure that's one of the doctors in the Outlast series, if I had to give that a guess. We paid a boatload, and that's all they have to say. Look, that is a... Except from recorded staff conversation. Well, she's like a ticking time bomb. No one can tell if she's in a good mood or not. I just hope that we won't be the ones blown up before entering the containment unit. She won't get any better. We can only try to keep her from getting worse. Except from Counselor's log. Never thought the abnormality would be able to escape. Maybe we were getting careless, but it seemed that all it could do was burn up the matchstick on its body. In its body. Yes, our response was a bit late. Omitted. Most abnormalities that try to escape would attack the employees in front of them, but this one didn't show any aggression toward the nearby employees. Instead, it headed to a different department. The most crowded place in the company. If we didn't suppress it at the door, half the people here wouldn't be in one piece. She just looked for the biggest amount of people to for affection and, well, and then resentment, and then boom. Yeah, I was just thinking, it's probably a better idea if I poke around and try and find more of the interesting ones as opposed to just reading them all. Jesus Christ, I forgot about the roulette baby. How in the... Man. The first evil baby before demonic fetus Jesus became the big thing. Takes the form of an unborn fetus. It's currently... I feel it was missing something important than you remember. Don't worry, you missed a fair few things here. But it isn't 3 hours in yet, so still savable. But you did miss the line appearing in-game when I was just playing. Oh, good! It's Frank's true form. The Antichrist is just needy. This thing is wretched. It takes the form of an unborn fetus. Its skin is covered in a mucus sticky liquid. Small veins can be seen here and there. Oh, great. The abnormality is abnormally. Those two words are perfectly fine to be together, but it's really, that just feels weird coming out of my mouth. Bulged eyes are usually closed. That just sounds unpleasant. It always seems unsatisfied, but what exactly it needs is undetermined. It has a great obsession with being fed, and if it's not fed regularly, its stress levels rise drastically. Once it reaches a certain level of stress, it cries out loudly in a way that mentally harms all who may be around it. Excerpt from interview log 2-49. Employee F2706. I've never seen it smile. It always seems to want something, but we can never fulfill its desire. I guess the reason why it cries are destructive. Why its cries are destructive is because its unsatisfied needs are so strong. Oh man, words are hard. When I was a newbie here, none of my colleagues would tell me what exactly we fed it. I thought it was just some weird milk or something like other normal babies would eat up. Yeah, weird milk. It is a baby, after all, underneath all that grossness. But that wasn't the case. It only eats human flesh. Can you believe it? To stop it from crying, we have to hold a drawing every so often. Do you know what that means? Oh, yes. Is there a reason we weren't just feeding clerks to this thing? Why did we have to feed actual employees? Couldn't we have just thrown clerks at any of these abnormalities that wanted to sacrifice? Couldn't I just sacrifice a clerk to the good old... Like, wouldn't that be a... Yeah. Excerpt from a terminated observation log. When I first heard that the nameless fetus had to be fed, I thought we'd have to give it food with, like, a spoon or something. Looked too weak to do anything, and its mouth isn't fully developed either. Later, when I found out it ate meat, I thought it'd have to be chewed up by someone first so it would be soft enough to eat. Do we not have blenders in the city? When I asked my working buddy about it, he laughed and said, "No way, that's ridiculous. We just need to leave the food in the unit and go." Now we're questioning the goals or authority. Ah, okay, makes enough sense. Part of the script, as they say, you know, part of the script. I still thought about how in the world that fetus could eat stuff with a mouth. Frank 2 is still here. Oh yeah, hi Frank. Out of curiosity, I decided to sneak a peek at the feeding process of the nameless fetus. Only level 3 and up employees are assigned to that process, but I was able to attend because I made an excuse that I was covering for someone. As I nervously watched, wondering if my lie would be worth it, some people came along with large plastic bags. Does it eat that much? And when they opened the bags, I could only gape in horror. There were human corpses, and the baby ate it. How I don't even want to imagine it. It had a large scar on its stomach. I really thought it was some kind of scar. Like a large flower, its stomach would open, dripping with slimy liquid. It was the greediest creature in the world. That day onward, I was a vegetarian. That is not the... That wasn't the end of that statement that I was expecting, but excerpt from an employee's diary. I'm Polly. I've worked for the Lobotomy Corporation for about a month now. My parents are really proud of me for getting into a wing like this, and all my friends are jealous of me. I still make a lot of mistakes, but someday I'll be as capable as my coworkers. Yeah. Knowing what I know now, I understand why people would be happy for you getting a job at a wing. There's a special employee-only event held by our company. No one knows when or why this event is held. Even my coworker, who's been here for 5 years, doesn't seem to know. 5 years? When the evening starts, a giant roulette begins to spin. Everyone stops what they're doing to stare at the roulette and see who will be the lucky winner. With desperate looks on their faces, the names of every single employee is written on the roulette. Whoever ends up being selected, they're extremely lucky. They'll be promoted and transferred to another branch of the company headquarters. In addition, their family will be gifted with an augmentation, or an unimaginable fortune, but not an augmentation. At the headquarters, you don't have to worry about being attacked by abnormalities or need to bid farewell to your dead colleagues. My senior, redacted, really hopes that they'll get picked eventually. You see, their father got into an accident one day, and it takes a lot of money to keep him alive, and well, I really hope the roulette picks redacted someday. Yeah, what a lovely promotion. I mean, at least you would cover your family. When my senior's name showed up on the roulette, I congratulated them with all my heart, though they didn't seem too happy for some reason. Others gave them a hug one by one. Everyone was crying for some reason. They said goodbye to me, shedding tears while trying to force a smile. I haven't seen them since. I'm sure they're working under much better conditions with a really nice salary. Well, all the bills are covered, I'll tell you that much. You don't have bills. You don't have the bills. You've done quite well. I imagine your recruitment process was more akin to finding a wild animal on the street and being like, yes, ravenous. Where was I? Sorry. But when I try to bring them up in conversation, people start talking as if I've spoken some sort of taboo. I still remember the last thing they said to me before they left. One day you'll understand the meaning of the desperation on their faces when the roulette spins. The manager holds the specific right to call special event for all the employees in the facility without any cause for occasion. When the event starts, a giant roulette will spin and select one lucky employee's name. That employee will be promoted, transferred to a different branch, and their family will receive a yearly pension. No personnel are allowed to invade the manager's right to hold this event. The following information is forbidden to the public eye. Conditions required to hold event. Data access restricted. Data access restricted. The crying of the nameless fetus has reached its peak. The roulette will select an employee that satisfies one of the conditions below. Questions the true purpose of the company, conducts or plans unauthorized experiments with abnormalities.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Look how well you say hi there, Kuda. God, I forgot as well. Now that I've moved myself over here, chat is now not over my head. There you go. Now you're back over my head. Maintains an excessive curiosity about abnormalities and conducts her plans and authorized observation on them. 4. Is incapable of working due to physical or psychological trauma. Traumatized? Throw them to the fetus. The following actions will be taken with the employee selected by the roulette. Expunging all records the company has about the employee, sacrificing the employee to the abnormality, informing the employee's family that they have been transferred to another branch. Please note, I only have 19 of the boxes for this thing, probably because I didn't want to deal with it. Hiring the less mentally stable people due to better ego aptitude, everything makes... It's a very fine razor's edge, you know? You gotta get the mentally unstable people for better production, but also, they need to be not too unstable. They need to still be stable enough to be useful. They want a bit of drama. Yeah, it's like you season it finely. You don't overspice it. You don't leave it in. You don't leave it in the oven for too long. There we, you know. What council? Look, the council is just, the council meeting is adjourned. What the hell? Have I ever even actually read yours? Nope, that is way too. Bang, bang, bang. Why is Jesus banging? Anyway, but it's not worth the cost of the cut. Nothing is worth the cost of that crying. Not like just you don't touch the baby is basically how that goes. Join the Red Hood Council. Oh, yeah. So look, someone hold on. I feel like this is appropriate here. Hold on, this is just Can you please go down? Thank you. There we go. There we go. Look, the council... there we go. The Red Hood is kind of there, don't worry. We are satisfied. You gotta be by profile picture? No. It's all good. This is a satisfaction. That is a satisfaction. Silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil. Well, yeah. Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who have encountered it. Yeah, just look at my profile picture. The Red Hood is just barely off screen. You also trust. Oh yeah, definitely. Also trustees. Giant skull is attached to a cross and wears a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. It kind of hovery-doveries a little bit. While its appearance is bizarre, it is rare to record an incident of violence against employees involving this abnormality. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversation between people. The assigned employees must kneel before it. Standing appears to be acceptable. That's not what must means. And present their... The must is presenting their evil by confessing their sins to it. The way it feeds is unknown. Do not question God. Do not question the Son of God. Excerpt from experiment records. We have cataloged the sins a person can commit into 3 levels. Level 1, a small lie or action that either goes unnoticed or can be shared in jest. I got no idea. Sins that are more serious and only shared with the closest of friends. Sins so profound they cannot be shared with anyone. These will be taken to the grave. Employee, redacted, has been assigned to confess at level 1 sin. Energy production via the abnormality increased 12%. Employee redacted was assigned to give us a level 2 sin. Energy production via the abnormality increased by 15%. We assigned employee redacted to give us level 3 sin. 1 minute and 48 seconds after the employee was sent in, a bright flash of light was seen. The light was so bright it could be seen outside of the containment unit. Immediately following the light, there was a facility-wide power outage. Oh dear. The phenomenon lasted for 2 hours. Can we talk about how bad a power outage for 2 hours in a place like this would be? Unless power outage also means all of the doors are still locked. Employee redacted lost 6 years of their memory. Further experiments were canceled. Scientific ethics decree that all footage of those who participated in the experiment be kept sealed. Scientific ethics? Since when do we care about those here? However, the incident left us no choice but to review the footage of the containment unit. Look, these aren't FNAF doors that just open when power goes out. On one hand, it's a safety feature to make sure you don't get locked in somewhere, because in FNAF, power goes out and someone's inside that room, they're not coming out, so that makes sense as a safety thing to be like, oh, well, in a case like this, it makes sense that the doors should stay closed in the event of a power outage. Although to be fair, in FNAF, who the hell gave a damn about safety? Like that, Employee redacted. This happened during redacted around 4 p.m. Anyways, there was a railway about 20 minutes from my house. Some of my good friends and I decided to dress as forest animals. One of us chose to go as a deer. It was a crude costume, but it could hardly be called one to be on. It could hardly be called one to be honest. Oh, it could hardly be called one to be honest. Sorry, I was reading that in a weird way. Oh my god, just a pair of clumsily made antlers and a dark outfit with some deer-like spots on it. Omitted. I don't know how our deer friend wandered into the woods. We didn't even notice him. He noticed he was missing for maybe an hour. We searched for him, and finally we found him in some bushes. We called out his name, and I'm not sure if it was from relief of finally finding us or what, but he started sprinting towards us, and that's when we heard the gunshots. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, that's the bang, bang, bang I read earlier. When I came to my senses, I saw his blood splattered out of my feet. After that, not one of us dressed up as animals ever again. That's all. By the way, is this really supposed to work? Yes. Going to the Lobotomy Corporation playlist? This is in the Lobotomy Corporation playlist, yes. It should, it's auto in there now. Observation log number 4_435. Its eye sockets are empty. It is a skull after all, but I don't doubt it's blind. It certainly has its gaze fixed on me, and I can somehow feel that it's listening to me. Confessing to it does lighten my heart, admittedly. Afterwards, we investigated the incident in the employee's hometown to get a better picture. We learned that a boy named Justin was shot and killed in a deer costume by hunters during hunting season. Unlike the employee's confession, Justin was repeatedly bullied by other kids. Witnesses said they had heard the kids shout, "Run, Justin, run!" right before the gunshot. After the incident, the kids at the scene moved out of town, and deer hunting was banned in the area. Excerpt from Abnormality Research Log X392. Honestly, you can't expect all of our employees to give honest confessions to that skull. Around every 1 in 10 employees will tend to say something that is not completely true. Only 1 in 10 will say something that's not completely true? God, you would think some people would be more. I would honestly think more people would be modifying it. It's a bit different from a lie. You can say that it's a subconscious excuse they make. They distort perspectives to justify their actions, even though they are aware that they should be telling the truth. Once this happens, the confession is no longer truly a confession. Yes, I'm talking about you trying to justify your tardiness for 5 minutes now! That's what I think I read back in the day, but that's always fun. Wait, when did Frank turn into the Iron Maiden? Frank's always been the Iron Maiden. Do not question. Do not question. Good old Queenie. God, I still just remember the Just, oh yes, straight up, it's just a magical girl who is missing a finger. Do you remember when you was new to the facility? 3. Why is the... Are all the pictures like pulsing white, or is that a thing? There you go, say coworkers. Ah, fun. Good old this Queenie. Humanoid abnormality that looks like it would go and fight villains for peace and justice at any moment. Well, that's probably what she says a lot of the time. It's friendly towards every employee and is able to engage in casual conversation. It believes that it is a hero born to save the world and takes considerable pride in it. As we all know. When it shows signs of anxiety or doubt while conversing with an employee, its appearance and personality will undergo an adverse change within 4 days. And it will display symptoms of dissociative disorders. 4 days, eh? Frank is Frank on Twitch, but Frank is Frank. Look, what Iron Maiden? Look, no, Frank is... Do not confuse the Frank. Also, now that the hood conversation is gone, we can remove that one. Know your Frank too? Yeah, mitosis. The definition of good and evil are fixed in its mind. Some assume that when the abnormality's beliefs lead to a horrible doubt about the existence of evil, they will choose to become evil to negate that doubt. All parameters will return to normal after the negative phase passes, and the abnormality will have no memory of the behavior it exhibited during that phase. Audio log 1. Employee. How are you feeling today, Magic Girl?
Good. The world is at peace, and it's quiet around here. Peace is a great thing to have. Means there aren't any villains around, right?
Indeed. Very indeed. How do you like to? You're looking a bit down today.
Still fine. The world is peaceful, and it's...
Omitted. Employee. Are you alright?
Why is it still so peaceful? You see, with the whole purpose of my life is to defeat villains. If the world is trying to say it doesn't need me, really, why is it still so peaceful? Oh, did I mention that I'm a magic girl to keep this world's peace? I was born, but today, it's quiet today.
The abnormality continued to murmur incomprehensible words to itself. Was it incapable of mitosis? Ferret shared the mitosis drugs. And by that, I mean a little bit of goop bled out of the Iron Maiden, and Frank 2 was born or something like that. Look, we're convoluting the lore of a few years ago. Audio log 4, abnormality endlessly mumbles to itself without even noticing the employee in its containment.
The world can be divided into good and evil. I'm on side of justice. I'm on side of good. Someone must be on side of evil. Someone play the villain. I can't exist. Who will protect the world?
Audio cuts out. Audio log 5. Level 3 or above access required. Ah, well, good thing I'm managerial. The semi-canon spin-off. This is part of an audio record obtained during the rampage on the date of redacted. The abnormality used a radio installed in the facility to call the emergency. The abnormality used a radio installed in the facility to call. Oh, okay, she'd call this one. Continuous sobbing. This is an emergency planning team. Please identify yourself.
I think I did this. I can't stop myself. It's my fault. I ruined everything. I betrayed the people who were kind to me. I don't remember why I did this.
Employee, could you elaborate on what happened?
I don't know. They aren't moving. There's so much blood. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Omitted. 3 bodies were found in the abnormality's containment unit. The abnormality lost all memory of the incident afterward. Everyone's favorite magical girl! Oh right, the original teddy bear. The original teddy bear. Yeah, no teddy bears existed before this thing ever existed. I just say that because, you know, seeing the Limbus 1 pop up in Mirror Dungeons and all that, I just... Oh, happy teddy bear. I would give Happy Teddy a hug. Ugh. It is adorable. That's why you got the ears from it, you know. That was me scratching behind the teddy ears. Oh. An abnormality that resembles a large, ragged teddy bear. It's missing some fur and only has one eye. Even Angela. Angela's, you know, to be fair, Angela is cute as well, so. Yeah, that is just different types of cute, I'd say. Okay, I'm not sure I would call her cute. Well, that's a whole discussion, I feel. The old ribbon around its neck hints that it may have received much affection from its previous owner. There's a name on the ribbon, but it is too tattered to be discernible. It seems that it knows it has been abandoned and looks dejected. Excerpt from Counselor's log. One second. I'm going to... Meh. One moment. Frank, why do you do this? The memories are faint, but I do have vague memories. I was on the night patrol. I didn't feel any need to pay attention to Happy Teddy Bear since it was harmless for the most part. I just looked inside the containment unit to check on it. Teddy was hugging someone tightly. I thought it was Redacted, the employee who was in charge of Teddy for a while, working late. But something was odd. I entered the unit and called Redacted's name, but they didn't answer. I immediately pressed the emergency button to call reinforcement. Turns out Redacted had been in a coma for 8 hours. They were in Teddy's arms the whole time. An old letter, stamped with Redacted. Remember what was written in the employee manual? Do not have personal feelings towards abnormalities. You broke that rule, you know. Yeah, you did. Look, yes, you very did. Look, the rule was broken. Many times. At first, I didn't get what that was supposed to mean. Does it even make sense to develop any emotion towards those monsters in the first place? Look, Night of Despair, El Pianto de la Luna, Furrets into the Birds, Melting Love, even friggin', look, let's be real, the attacking version of Melting Love. Just all the dangerous goop. Blue Star, because, God, the legs and feet. Heart of Aspiration is not a monster, and the birds are nice. Well, they aren't trying to kill you. Look, Punishing Bird gives you a massage. Assuming it's on the right side of your body. It's okay, they are monsters. Between the two of us, we can call them that. Happy Teddy Bear was the second abnormality you took charge of. I guess you must have thought that not all abnormalities are monsters after seeing it. The figure of an old abandoned teddy bear may have brought up old memories of yours. Teddy seemed to like your hugs. Yeah, it would actually produce more energy when you were around, and in no time, they put you in charge of Teddy. You probably felt some kind of responsibility for it, right? I started getting worried as you visited Teddy's unit more and more often. It felt as if you were visiting an orphanage for volunteer work. Also, speaking of the attachment to abnormalities, Frank had the special plant as well. We need to remember that one. It seems Teddy saw you as its new owner. Maybe you'd have been happy to hear that. But you see, Teddy never wanted to be separated from its owner ever again. You probably always promised that you'd return, but it couldn't understand. I hear that you miraculously survived, and that they spent an hour trying to separate you from Teddy's embrace. Though others may forget about you, I will always remember you. May there be a miracle. You surely read the plant in heart as well, indeed. Oh yeah, the shoes. God, these are... I'm trying to just think at the pace we're going. I probably could theoretically... How many? Hold on. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5-ish? 5.5 plus 1. $83. Strictly for the fact that my throat will not endure. Just reading through all of these likely. I mean, it probably could if I were... Oh, right, oh, right, these things don't have either. Oh, no, wait, they do, kind of. Wait, do they? Yeah, the left side is the lore. Good old red shoes. God, I love the red shoes. Hold on. Oh, don't mind my stretching. Ow. I stretched it a weird way. 5.5 plus bold. What the piss is 5.5 plus... Oh, 5.5 pages plus bold. Because bald is the end. What's Letitia's description? We can get around to her at some point. But I'm just going in order for now until I start to feel particularly tired, and then I'm going to start reading ones that I was more interested in. But White Knight and Plague Doctor, obviously on there. Heart of Aspiration, the Special Plant. I don't even know if we'll get around to everything, because I'm feeling surprisingly tired right now, so I might call this quite early as far as the stream goes. I didn't intend this to be super, super long. This was a bit of a nostalgia trip for those of us who remember. And finally, me committing to just doing a reading stream on some of these. A pair of elegant red woman's shoes. The design is antique, but there is no telling where and how they were made. It overwhelms the mind with the urge to try them on. The changes that occur from wearing the abnormality are first visible in the eyes of the wearer. The next observable change is that the wearer is unwilling to take off the shoes. They will also act upon any and all desires that they may have subconsciously suppressed. If someone attempts to hamper them from acting on their desires, or tries to take off the shoes will control its host, which sometimes leads to murder. It is unknown whether the host's will is involved in the process, but taking into consideration the sharp increase of one's desire and aggressiveness, the host's primal urges seem to remain intact, except from Kensel's log. Redacted was a nice person. Well, they were also kind of a celebrity. They always told us that our job was something to be proud of. They knew how to deal with all kinds of abnormalities, but it was our biggest mistake to let them enter the containment unit. We never even thought a pair of shoes of all things would do any sort of harm. It's an abnormality, mo dude. At some point, Redacted was wearing the shoes, grinning from ear to ear. It was, well, it was quite strange. That wasn't a smile, it was omitted. Blood was all over the place. The tapping of the shoes
You cannot settle for merely half of the stream time. Your duty must be completed. You must collect the full amount of watch time, not just half.
And now you have a voice to actually speak that with, Kuta. Back then, it was just the words on the screen. This might just be a halvesy, though. Because, again, I am a little tired and this was not intended to be a full. And then tomorrow we have the work stream with Ben Bebois. Where the hell was I? Blood was all over the place. The tapping of the shoes echoed in the corridor. I closed my eyes and played dead. I saw one of my colleagues' head rolling on the floor. The shoe stopped right in front of me and stood still for such a long time. Eventually, they moved past me, and that was right when I passed out. Omitted. I've heard they can't take off the shoes and had to cut their legs. No one ever saw Redacted again after that, but those who've been here long enough will recall the incident. Murder run to only have, like, female employees, similar to how Onsen would kill non-honest employees. I guess that would be a different trait, but even still, now, like, right now, gender of the Nuggets is completely non-discernible. You can maybe imply something based on how they look and the names they have. But, yeah, they don't have any gender at this point, correct? And also, honesty is, not a trait either. Personality types and gender. Been removed. What a fun history. Footage from corridor camera Z3493. Redacted 1. Oh, excuse me. So the work on your part is all done, right? I just finished mine. That little match girl is still in the same state. It's so frustrating. Wanna grab some coffee at the lounge? You know, Redacted 1, There's something I've been thinking about for a long time. Let's talk about it when we're at the lounge. I'm just too tired right now. Hey, are you wearing shoes? Only staff footwear is allowed during work. That's not important. Redacted one. What's important is that we're alone at the moment. What are you talking about? Wait, what exactly are you wearing on your feet? You didn't wear it, did you? I've loved you for a while. Take it off now. Do you even realize what you're doing now? I was thinking about why you wouldn't love me back. It's Emily, isn't it? You were so busy looking at Emily, you didn't even notice me, right? Jesus Christ, we're turning. Lobotomy Corporation, if it was an office drama. If it was an office romance drama. Is that an axe you're holding? And you're bleeding from your ankles. I'm begging you, please take it. Well, if you're bleeding from the ankles, I think that means the shoes have bitten in. So all I need to do is get rid of Emily. Wait here for a bit. It won't take long. You have to stay still till I come back. Please snap out of it, please. If you want me to stop, you should have done that. If you wanted me to stop, you should have done that the day we first met. Redacted 2 stunned Redacted 1 with their weapon and went to the lounge. Fortunately, no one else besides Redacted 1 was harmed, including Emily. Redacted 2 was then removed from the company's database. They were entirely aware of what they were doing. They admitted that the shoes only encouraged them to do what they always desired. A response team handled their suppression of Redacted 2. Afterwards, the red shoes ran away, tearing Redacted 2's ankles off their body. It took a total of 23 minutes for them to be suppressed, contained, and returned to their containment unit. Redacted 2 died from excessive blood loss. Redacted 1 only sustained minor injuries, but elected to resign due to excessive psychological trauma. They resigned, and were later fed to a baby. Excerpt from a researcher log. We received the report that employee Redacted was allured by the shoes and was roaming the corridor. We immediately ordered employee F3054 to suppress her. She was a veteran employee with vast experience in suppression, so we expected her to suppress a female employee without any trouble. But she didn't return. And when others found her, employee F4002 was unconscious with both her ankles severed, while employee F3054 was manically trying to remove the shoes from the severed feet. Oh, maniacally. These shoes are a lot more scary than I thought they were. Being completely honest. I mean, even, you get the kind of the gist of the idea of what they are from just general stuff, but even still, reading that entire situation, yeah, that is... That is a thing. Was marked as horror on Steam. A funny thing, this is actually a little behind the scenes. So I have, genuinely, in OBS, I have 2 different game scenes. One is miscellaneous, one is horror. It's because of that tag that that Lobotomy Corporation, Library of Ruina, and Limbus Company all got put into the horror scene. Even though I do feel it would fit better in the miscellaneous one, or just, you know, for the sake of that. But, what the... Why did Frank post a blank image in the ongoing stream chatter? Sorry, I just saw that there. Don't worry, the silence is deafening. Teresa, a music box with an impressive sculpture of a dancing ballerina. When wound up, a sad melody begins to play. No one knows when it was made or who made it, but it doesn't seem to be new, judging from the slight skip in the song. Oh, the slight skips in the song. Don't see the record. Yeah, you resign because your papers are burned and you don't exist anymore. There
There are a few phrases crudely carved on the surface. Do you remember this melody? The professor used to play this song when the students were sleepy. Happy birthday. Listening to this music box will make anyone feel like everything will be okay. In the end, lifting their fatigue. However, excessive listening will make one lose grip on reality and be driven mad. Granny with the revolver! It's my favorite granny with the gun. An abnormality taking the form of an old, feeble woman. Anytime someone enters its containment unit, she will talk to that person. What it tells differs from time to time. However, it will always commence with, "Dearie, dearie, would you like to hear a story?" The story could be a lullaby, an unspecified poem, a nursery rhyme, a common children's story, or something entirely new. It knows every children's story and will not stop recounting until the listener finally leaves. Except from counseling records. She may be the loneliest of all abnormalities. I tell that to the teddy bear. She's filled with loneliness and tells her tales to fill that void. Well, every story needs a listener. When someone enters the room, she'll try to fill that void. Of course, listening to her is a very dangerous thing. She knows every story on Earth, and even those that cannot possibly exist. Our minds can't cope with such a thing. She could fry your brain in an instant. Dearie, dearie, Granny is gonna tell you a story that'll fry your brain. It's called Russian roulette, except for the gun is fully loaded. See, your brain is liquefied and fried. I mean... Oh, dearie, dearie, don't worry, that one I was just being mean to. Look, I've only got one bullet loaded this time. You can actually play Russian roulette. Ignore the fact that I'm literally an unkillable abnormality and you're a human. Anyway, aim this at your head and pull the trigger 6 times. That's how my roulette works. Oh, right, yeah, lady facing the wall, you and your weird noises that you... It does white damage checks out? Indeed, indeed. They were better make them remember. Oh, dearie, dearie, I think you need to learn your manners. You ever see those guys in the Old West just fanfire the hell out of the gun? Like this. God, where's my... I don't have a good bang sound effect. Where's my Zork? I need him to rapidly trigger sound effects and get the flashbang like 15 times in a row. Anyway, dearie, my rocker's getting a little bit broken because of the recoil of the gun is shaking loose all the moldy boards. Little dearie, can you please fix my chair? I want to rock. Anyway, back to lady facing the wall. An abnormality in the shape of a woman against the wall. Over time, her unbearable sorrow grew into a mournful obsession, covered in countless lengthy hairs. Her sorrow grew into mournful obsession. The obsession is covered in hair? As she is always facing the wall, not a single person has seen her face. While she occasionally talks to herself and weeps quietly, it is impossible to have a meaningful conversation with her. Despite her human appearance, it is impossible to discern what she is really looking at or her true intentions. She will attempt to talk to or pique the interest of those who are about to leave her containment unit. However, one should never look back in response, as it may cause mental damage. Just like this revolver, dearie. Oh, I'm sorry, I was reading a different log. Certain rumors insist that only one may turn to stone upon looking back, but that is clearly not true. Excerpt from observation log I-304. There's only one important rule to follow. Ignore her. She always tries to draw our attention. Without that filter on. Yeah, the cognition filter is a hell of a thing. She mutters incoherently, and internet... Ooh. Oh, excuse me. She mutters incoherently in an attempt to have those in the room pay closer attention to what she's saying. She'll even plead or whisper maliciously when someone is about to leave in the hopes that they may instinctively look back. The subconscious is a threat to your own health in her presence. It is important to have your guard up and to be aware of what is occurring when you are in the room with her. If you forget the warnings even for a second, then let your guard down, you may find yourself looking back toward her.
I have another warning to leave to all who read this. Do not let this insidious abnormality learn your name. If she learns your name, she may use it to trick you into turning around. No matter what you hear or what she may do to tempt you while you are in that room with her, do not, I repeat, do not, under any circumstances, look at her. Curiosity is a luxury you must never indulge in when you are within her containment unit. Look how much is collaborating with Rent-A-Girlfriend. Sorry, that is just a random-ass out-of-pocket thing there. That can't be real. Well, documentaries are a fickle thing. Excerpt from Counseling Log, number 9-39. Employee F5004. Weren't you... Was F5004 mentioned earlier, or was that like a 400 other thing in, like, Magical Girls 1? Redacted was a colleague of mine for whom I cared deeply. Well, I cared for all my coworkers, but Redacted was different. The amount of passion they poured into their work was something I have rarely witnessed in life. Anyways, I have no idea how that abnormality learned Redacted's name. Maybe someone called it out to them while they were inside the containment unit and she heard it. We would have sent two in for work with her. The common procedure was to have a team of 2 sent into the containment unit. Oh, we should have. But as you know, we're always short-handed. Very short-handed, yes. Besides, that abnormality was... it's a 1 in 32 chance. Why is it creeper bombing me? Real thing, by the way, it's a manga. I am aware. I know of its existence. It's still just like, oh yeah, yokai watch and Rent-A-Girlfriend, even knowing both of those are media properties, it's like, Where did this onion sprout from? Besides, that abnormality was low on the threat scale. If we followed the procedures and sent 2 inside, the powers that be would not have been happy about it one bit. Omitted. Well, you know the rest. The day the incident happened, Redacted was sent to the containment unit as usual, but they didn't come out for a long time. I know Redacted was a prompt and diligent worker, so I headed straight for the containment unit, fearing the worst. Thankfully, I found them without even a scratch, but the kid looked out of it. Like, way out of it. Omitted. The next day, the kid was resigned. I heard they sent him to an asylum, but no one ever saw Redacted again. The kid just kept staring at the wall, murmuring and not responding to anyone. But that was the very last time I saw Redacted. No one knows what happens inside the containment unit. You won't find it out from the kid either. And that's just a test. Yeah, sometimes I forget that this game's Steam page straight up says, "Oh yes, inspired by the likes of the SCP Foundation." And I'm just like, "Oh right, yeah. This makes a lot more sense." Because it's a lot different when you're fighting these things like one-on-one, not inside a containment facility, like just out in the world or in the library, seeing what the world is. Because I have to pick yeah. Yeah, the cognition filter. There's a... Look, morbid curiosity... Well, curiosity is a thing I shouldn't indulge in, I guess. But, you know. They were the manager instead of a nugget. Yeah, I should be so glad that I'm a manager and not a nugget. Ain't that right for... Ain't that right for... I'm gonna move on from that. What are they implying here? Well, much. This is everything that I'm implying. There's nothing there in my implication. I'm taking it completely well and fine. Right, manager? Indeed, yeah. You're just speaking louder because you're talking loud so that I can hear what Frank says in spirit as well, you know? You took it completely fine and normal and definitely everything good. Nothing there. An abnormality whose appearance resembles a human. But... human. Very human. How do you do, fellow humans? I mean... human. Look, it's my favorite human. Human. This is average human. Also, I know that the most likely thing is they are referring to when it transforms into it, but when you say the first thing you say, an abnormality whose appearance resembles a human, and this is what it looks like as a default. I'm just gonna run with that and say, yes, this is the most human-looking thing I've ever seen. I too know what humans look like. I very am one and have a mirror to see myself, and also others. I see others. I look round, I see humans. Therefore, I know humans. I know humans. I am humans. We're all humans. We're all very humans. I'm the most humans of all humans. You're not as humans as me. I know humans, and you are not humans. I am human. No, you are humans, but I'm more humans. You're not as humans as I am humans. Humans. Why I feel I have nothing there? What do you mean? I have 7 fingers per hand, like every normal human. My toes are sausages that I can bite off and regrow, like every human. An abnormality whose appearance resembles a human, 100% definitely, but cannot and should not be human. It periodically devours employees and wears their shell. The skeleton and organs are misplaced during the process, so it takes a bizarre form. The abnormality does have a tongue. However, it has no knowledge of speech and as such cannot talk and only make meaningless sounds. They're called growls. There is no telling what is inside its shell, but its skin continuously wears down, so there is a need to change and maintain the outer layer. It is insensible to pain. It may break its own bones or cut itself up to escape through a small crevice. The tongue kind of reminds you of Lickitung. Lickitung's got a way bigger tongue, but, you know. That do be an impressive tongue. Do you think every mouth has a tongue? Bit by bit, we discover that this abnormality may be evolving. It demonstrates behavior similar to the character of a person who used to be its shell. It even makes attempts to equate itself with human beings. When it escapes, it wears the skin of the person it killed and mimics them. Then, without any sign of forewarning, it reveals its true/second form. In its true/second form, its resemblance is much similar to that of humanity in comparison to its earlier form. The new form is confirmed to possess bipedalism, properly aligned organs, and the addition of greater physical strength. All the employees are afraid of this form, as they should be. As they should be. Not every, but most. I meant every one of its mouths, not every mouth in general, because I know some people have had the misfortune of, saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, and bada bing, bada boom, the thumb happens. Ugh. A warning of something. It has been confirmed that it has escaped and stood on 2 feet. There is only one thing you can do. Straighten up your posture, gather your hands neatly, and pray to whatever you believe in and observe the situation as it unfolds. I do remember reading that, and God, that is such a good... Gather your hands neatly and pray to whatever you believe in and observe the situation as it unfolds. Excerpt from counseling log. Just like how we observe abnormalities as employees, nothing there observes us. Then it puts on the shell of an employee and thinks of itself as the employee that just died. The sight of that thing eating one of us is horrifying beyond words. Just trying to think about it might drive me mad. Heading towards its containment to check the state of its shell is a toil on your mind, too. Imagine that a colleague of yours who you chatted with just a few days ago is now sitting in that room, neck snapped, guts exposed, walking on all fours, drooling like a beast. Omitted. Pray Gary makes it to nothing. Yeah, no, Gary is my divinity. That's not all. When I was still a new employee, no one else was willing to enter its containment unit, so I was forced to go and work with it. It looked even worse than it does now. It was in the shape of a horribly deformed human. Human does not come across my mind when describing this thing. Man, the cognition filter is really doing some good drug things. What manager was that? Look, given that there's talk of people being here for years and blah, 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 these are logs from before the loop was properly started. Where was it? Limited, that's... wait. That's all. That's not all. When I was still a new employee, no one else was willing to enter its containment, so I was forced to go and work with it. Later, worse, it tried to mimic humans doing stuff like looking into a mirror, mumbling to itself, or trying to fix its skeletal structure. Oh, yeah, lovely stuff there. It's as if it was trying to mimic us. Who knows, it might get good enough to casually walk among us one day. Warning, only employees level 3 or higher are permitted to read this document. This recording is... Wait. Only employees level 3 or higher are permitted to read this document. Oh, no, yeah. Transcript. This recording is of a call from the containment unit's emergency phone. Phone systems are installed in every room of abnormalities of risk level HE or higher to enable quick threat response. Employee 1, please pick up this containment unit of nothing there. The emergency response department, ERD. Hello, this is emergency response team. What is your problem? I need a stun gun right now. This emergency happening right now. Can you please specify the reason? The abnormality. The sounds of something breaking can be heard. It's ripping up the employee. Oh, it's ripping up the employee. Excuse me? It's killing my colleague. Respond immediately. Please identify the employee being attacked. It's... wait a sec. Their name's redacted. Control team. I'm protected. Also control team. Why is the thing in the control team? Confirmed. What's currently happening to your colleague at this exact moment? Yeah, just please hurry. We need a weapon to control the abnormality. A loud noise can be heard, presumably the scream of the colleague. Oh god, this is... What's happening? The abnormality is attacking my colleague. It's literally ripping them apart. I can't do anything. I repeat, we need a weapon to control the abnormality. The emergency response team has been dispatched. They'll arrive shortly. Omitted. Redacted. What is happening now? Is it still attacking your colleague? Yeah... oh no, I think it's done now. Has it stopped attacking? No, I mean, my colleague's... He's dead. Yeah, he's dead, alright. How can you be sure? Well, it's because he looks... Has he been ripped up somehow? What body parts are damaged? All of them. All of them. I love when all of my body parts are damaged. God, you are a lengthy thing. For something that's not here, you are lengthy. Excerpt from counseling log. Just like how we observe abnormalities in employees, nothing observes us, then it puts on the shell of an employee that thinks of itself as an employee just died. It mimics the employee's usual behavior, the way they talk, likes and dislikes, and every other visible trait. We can only guess how carefully and for how long it's been observing the employees to imitate them. What I'm trying to say is, we can't just treat it like some dumb, scary monster. Even now, it could be strolling about wearing the shell of someone we know. This abnormality is becoming more and more like a human. Its transformation is getting faster too. I get goosebumps thinking about it. If the time comes when we fail to recognize it, that'll be the day the company falls. We must stay ever vigilant when dealing with this abnormality. Stop asking questions and help them. No. This is dystopian 911, where you ask 15 questions before doing anything. The following is a recording of the abnormal behavior an employee exhibited in their last moments after they became a shell. After they became a shell of nothing there? My dude, that's not their last moments. They're dead. Manager? Manager! Man, you've been looking for the manager for quite a while now. You've been acting really weird today, you know? With that weird smile and all. Anyhow, I sure hope we get pasta in the cafeteria for dinner today. I'd love some of that thick bacon. Some of that with thick bacon. Oh, we just got an emergency notice. It says the last employee to work with nothing there should get to the counselor's office. Counselor's office immediately. Wait, wasn't that you? Hey, say something, manager! Oh, hey, it's Fur. It's average dialogue. The second employee proceeded to take immediate action upon hearing that, however, nothing there tore out of the shell of the first employee, revealing its beginning form. The recording only includes audio files, so what exactly happened or what kind of behavior the employee exhibited still remains a mystery. The shell, with nothing there inside, tries its best to mimic the behavior of the employees it tried to kill moments ago. The actions of the last employee it eyed, their final words, those sorts of thing. And the many shells cried out one word. Manager. Sorry, I didn't actually look at this too closely ever. There does seem to be like a vague shape of something in this room, not just static. Also, can I just say, I feel like the actual horror element and terror of containing something like nothing there was never fully tapped into in this game. Because in this game, I never really encountered the whole thing of it mimicking someone. Like, God, I wish that was a thing where if you weren't paying attention, it would fake a completed thing, like a completed work result, but it would, you know, take over the shell of the employee and just walk out. Made an actual horror game. Not even that, even in the context of this game, imagine if, like, oh, something went wrong, a Clifoth counter lowers, and instead of you being alerted to anything, nothing there just imitates the employee until the next time you try and give that employee a command, and then it just attacks whatever department it has got its way into. Like, maybe it's wandering on its own. Makes a good result. It starts walking around as the employee. Yeah, something like that. Or maybe not even a good one. Or maybe that's a thing if you pay attention, you'll notice, like, hold on, that's wrong, that's not what's supposed to be. There's a lot you could have done with that. I do hope one day they make an actual, like, true horror game. Like, maybe it's just you're a random-ass civilian in the back streets or something. Or you are an employee. If you're looking away from nothing there. Similar to, like, the tree that requires you stare at heaven. Horror visual novel. I feel like that could be, like, a full-on game. You know? Anyway, moving on from the horror that is nothing there. Good old 1.76 megahertz. This abnormality is a phenomenon with no visible form. There is kind of something in there if you look kind of at it. It was discovered when employees began to exhibit shared symptoms when entering a specific area in the facility. They all suffered hallucinations of a specific nature, and their mental corruption increased. After setting a radio's frequency to 1.76 megahertz, we waited. Following 12 minutes, a mysterious voice was heard through a static. It was difficult to make out what it was saying, but it appeared to be in distress and was asking for help. 17 minutes in, the voice stopped and 3 loud explosions were heard, which were then followed by 2 smaller explosions. It can be assumed that the situation the voice was in was chaotic, and based on the various levels of screaming that could be heard, it would be pretty horrifying. I mean, story and visual-wise, I am not doubting that one. But if they tried to make, the visual novel I would probably be best for their skill set. But if they tried to make, I do wonder if Project Moon tried to make more so like a first-person horror experience with these things, how that would go, because that's just not what the department, that is just not what they do. So, you know, that would be interesting. SCP Moon mod. Is that a thing that's being worked on? Because I was actually wondering if that was a thing. Would you live with us? I need to live life in the city. That was just... Oh, damn it, I was hoping. Oh. I do feel the best horror could come from something that very much forces you to interact with the abnormalities. Because the city is its own type of horror. These are something special. The abnormalities are something special. 23 minutes in, all was silent. Once 25 minutes passed, the radio began to emit smoke. We thought the machine had fried, but no fault could be found. Continuing past 30 minutes, everyone in the area was suddenly filled with rage and started to exhibit the desire to assault one another with extreme aggression. Emitting smoke. Oh. Following the incident, all employees who took part refused to seek counseling. We couldn't make it mandatory as no one was injured. It is still unknown what caused the collective rage. Afterwards, unknown noises and hallucinations started to occur near the containment unit. This is a recording of the day we must never forget. It brings us to a chaotic place forgotten by many that must never be forgotten. A chaotic place forgotten by many that must never be forgotten. I see the smoke war connection there. I'm just gonna... That takes on a whole different meaning after all this. Oh, Jesus Christ! Just rot in a hole and die. Interesting. So from this, I'm gathering at some point they changed the year structuring, because this just uses normal hour dates and formatting, but in Limbus, based on what it shows when you are going into the cantos and intervalos, they changed how the year system works, because this 4 digits would not work in the current system unless it's like O. Of course, those they do no matter what. Indeed, but it's... The city itself, I feel you would need more specific things to be a horror. We got retconned. Retcon, which stands for retroactive continuity. I mean, this is an incredibly minor one. Such as the dating format. But that is an interesting little thing to note. And it's like, why did they actually decide to change the year format? Or the dating format? Oh my... Okay, sorry, this came to my mind because dating, but very randomly today, I came across a Magic 8-Ball, and I was like, And I just picked it up like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to ask you something, and I just said, to myself like, will I ever find true love? or will I ever find love? And shook it up. My response is no. The magic 8-ball hath spoken. I am forever alone, destined by the fortune tellers. Destined by the fates that be within the magic 8-ball, I will be forever alone. Oh, at least I can make some glorious music. The magic conch I shall ever find love. I feel like doesn't the magic conch only say, you know what, never mind, magic 8-ball has retconned the Loon v Yowie? Wait, maybe that's what it meant, because it said I won't find it, but it's like if it already exists, it said no. The conch always says no. Hey, for it, join the club. It takes the form of a long cuboid machine. At first glance, all it seems to be is a simple industrial grinder. However, the existence of it having an individual will meets the criteria to be classified as an abnormality. When approached or touched, the employee will become delirious and throw themselves into the abnormality's mechanical body. Afterward, the machine's ventilation fan will quickly shut off, and the sound of the abnormality operating can be heard from within. The process takes about 5 minutes. After a few experiments, we have concluded that the abnormality desires to gain music from this interaction. There is no detailed research into this abnormality's music. However, there's a hypothesis that it has a special characteristic that attracts humans in correlation to their specific behaviors or psychological counseling records. If one of our employees has been determined to be addicted to the music, they will need to be treated quickly to prevent any collateral damage, which I was never good at, and I kind of just, this machine I hate. Excerpt from counseling log. I just want to write this observation, report, and get out. But he was acting odd. Cleaning the aftermath of Lovetown. Just being the warp train cleanup people, yeah. Sorry, I had not wetted my mouth in a minute. I warned him not to get too close, but Redacted took one step closer. He said he'll let me hear fantasy, and he opened the lid and jumped into the machine. The lid closed and a loud noise came from inside the creature. There was no way to know what was happening, but I was too terrified to do anything. Omitted. In the dark, I realized that thing was playing an instrument, crushing and cutting Redacted's body. It was creating a rhythm. As I was contemplating my horrific realization, the lid opened again. Bits and pieces of Redacted were in there. So little that you'd had to wonder what happened to the rest. Omitted. Notice! Must read! Symptoms of addiction to the music of Singing Machine. Attempts to bring other employees to the containment unit of Singing Machine by physical force. Dilated pupils. Greatly reduced concentration and cognitive abilities. Refuses to listen to other forms of music. Slightly more... Oh yeah, because it could just be a bunch of viscera you clean up. You never know when you actually need to fight as well. I feel like that's a relatively big undertaking to make that good. I guess it could be done. It very well could be done. I just don't know how much effort that would take to make it right, you know? Please, list any additional symptoms that are found and immediately report to any employees that are suspected of the noted symptoms. Excerpt from incident log. Date. Retconned. Employee M1840 went missing in the company. 2 days later, on the Sexist, part of a corpse was found inside the singing machine. Genomic analysis revealed that the corpse belonged to the missing employee. The employee was a new hire who had only worked at the company for about 3 months. And that's still longer than the 50-day cycle. And they had no record of an assignment to work with the abnormality. The culprit was found to be employee Redacted, who was in charge of the singing machine. Redacted confessed after extensive investigation. I know it's crazy, but I had to hear that music again. It was stuck in my head for months. I performed all kinds of experiments. When the machine takes in a cat, it plays for 1 minute, a large dog 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but nothing can compare to the music it makes when it eats a human.
It might sound ridiculous, but I feel satisfied having heard it once more. It's also funny reading the lines in here that I remember being the little one-line excerpts you get when you're pulling these. Oh, you. An abnormality that loves art and tries to get the entire company to listen to its music. Oh, it's very successful until it's put down. No, sorry, yeah, for you saying that, it's like, yes, movements 2 through 4, cheerful and fast. Yes, my favorite cheerful and fast movement. So cheerful, so fast, so sensual. Actually, let's be real, if something's getting censored, it is probably a bit spicy. An abnormality, yeah. Excerpt from an encyclopedia. I don't know why, just excerpt from an encyclopedia. We found a random encyclopedia and read a paragraph. The conductor not only corrects musical errors, but is also responsible for creating the best ensemble and taking command of the music. A conductor's skill can be determined within 5 minutes at the podium. The moment the conductor opens the score, the performers read the conductor's eyes, actions, and aura to see if the person is worthy to lead them. Without the understanding and harmony between them, the macroscopic significance contained in the score cannot be expressed. Therefore, an outstanding degree of influence, leadership, and eloquence are essential qualities for a conductor to have. Omitted. Don't know any of those names, but hey, me when movement 3. No, this is me when movement 3. I'll take my opera reward now. First movement, calm and slow. The conductor begins to direct the apocalypse. Movements 2 through 4, cheerful and fast. Employees start to forget everything and show fervor and adoration toward the symphony. The emotion soon turns into internal insanity, driving them to attack anyone near them. The orchestra gives impetus to the music, bringing the entire department to its demise. When all the performers have gathered, the music that no one can hear but everyone can listen to begins. Finale! The music shall perforate your entire being, otherwise known as steal all your resources from the day. Nom nom nom. Don't know why I hit close. Oh. The Heartless Tin Man. Something weirdly soothing about just the howling going on of the wind. He shall never have mine heart. For it! Wasn't that a whole thing? Wait, wasn't that the whole thing? Like, he just, the wizard literally just gave him a heart-shaped clock. I'm talking an actual Wizard of Oz. He literally was like, here's a clock, it ticks like a heartbeat. It's also shaped like a heart, you good homie. A mechanical abnormality whose humanoid body is composed entirely of galvanized steel. For it, look up the scene from the Wizard of Oz where the wizard gives everyone everything, because he just gives the Scarecrow a diploma and says, "Bro, you got brain." Scarecrow, the Tin Man, here's a clock. The Cowardly Lion, here's a medal. You're brave now. 10-hour desolate nest wind ASMR. Indeed. It holds a giant axe with both hands, but does not show any activity, as if it's unable to move. Gives diploma, see you got the big brain.
The friends were imperfect in one way or another, so they helped each other to fill what they were lacking and embarked on a journey to make their wishes come true. The Scarecrow wanted a brain, the Tin Woodsman wanted a heart, the Cowardly Lion wanted courage, and Dorothy wanted to return home. Oh yeah, and Dorothy, it's like, yo lady, click those heels, you gone. Ugh. Although that was Glenda who said that, right? Yeah, look, it's been a few years since I've wizarded my Oz. The one they thought to be the great wizard instead gave the woodsman a lead heart. Oh! I still remember the moment of realization where it was like, hold on, and I saw the, whatchamacallit, this one. Where I saw this one in the Scarecrow and was like, oh god, we got Wizard of Oz. Provide a placebo heart made of silk and filled with straw dust. I'm presuming that's like the original written. The original story. But I was thinking of the movie specifically. But that is funny. But you're a machine. That means you were... Oh, wait, so... The one they thought to be the great wizard instead gave the woodsman a lead heart. But you're a machine. That means you are built to serve humans. Don't you understand? Machines don't need a heart. Good job making it all the way here, though. Take this as compensation. Be sure to tell everyone waiting for you that your wish definitely came true. Some left with satisfaction. The friends departed and were never to be seen again. The hard, cold lead was depressing. The Tin Woodsman couldn't agree with this. In anger, he swung his axe through the wizard's heart. The warm heart was pulsing vigorously. He shoved the lead into the wizard's now empty chest. For the first time in his life, the woodsman started laughing at the sight and felt a pleasure he'd never had before. Grabbing the chunk of mushy hearts... he shoved it into his chest. There will never be enough hearts. Once a woodsman, he now fells people instead of trees. This is a forest full of hearts. No matter how many he cuts down, the forest still remains dense. A kind person would carry a warm heart. When the heart is lost, the woodsman will fall to his knees in sorrow, clutching his empty chest, as if begging for the only thing he has left not to be taken. It is interesting that they had the... I had not read this, but I do enjoy that they had the whole cast here. The Snow Queen. You're right, you and your dueling. I guess I'm not too dissimilar to the woodsman's art. Art? As in I-O-R-O. Sorry, I forgot how you were speaking, but it's a look when you have that thing. But I will hash out Tubo and kill a guy. Ethan, I'm gonna put it this way. This is one of those where you don't really know until you're in the position, but imagine you go through the entirety of the trials and tribulations of Wizard of Oz, probably amped up due to how this universe is. You get there, and instead of, you know, some of your friends get what they want, but the wizard looks at you and says, what do you need a heart for? You don't need one. You're a machine. You are meant to serve. You are nothing but meant to serve people. As compensation, here's a hunk of lead. This is your heart. Good job getting here. Now go. At that point, I understand the violence and in the world and in the context of all that, it's... Again, you say I wouldn't resort to killing. I say, try and put yourself in the shoes of a steel man. Also, Snow Queen. A different Queenie. My chair, why? Oh, also, why? Last of page 1. I'm probably gonna end this after reading all of page 1. Well, all of page 1 plus one additional one. The queen lives alone in the frosty winter forest. Like how every story starts, Kai was a child with a kind heart. When the shards of a mirror made by an evil fairy were scattered on everyone's heart, Kai began to see things he didn't want to see, nor need to see. He left the small village he grew up in. In an unforgiving blizzard, Kai met the Snow Queen. He became curious of the world beyond his knowledge. He felt as though everything he knew amounted to so little. The snow palace he reached was so cold, but the Snow Queen's kiss froze his heart, and he couldn't feel the cold anymore. There was no joy in the palace, only the long winter night. Sorry, mild side tangent. Mild side tangent. Because Winter Night got brought up. Last Winter Night, lovely, great visual novel, and I saw a post from Endesis on the Steam page that it was drastically underselling even the minimum predictions that he had for that, which is very upsetting because that was a game that I had been waiting for 2 years, was really excited, thought it delivered very well on it, and it's just like, oh my god, but if I can use what little influence I have on this, I try and push people, play The Last Winter Night yourself, support the developer who has worked hard on that for multiple years. I say the same thing about Noria, because there was also another game where, I enjoy this, and it's like, oh, come on, why? The world's not always fair, but... Sorry, mild, unrelated rant. Gerda was strong enough to remain unpierced by the mirror, and brave enough to go on a journey to rescue Kai, so she set off toward the Snow Palace. The journey was agonizing. Gerda was hurt and pained. Sometimes she cried. However, eventually Gerda met Kai. Spring arrived with blossoming roses. Its warmth melted the Snow Queen's palace, and the piece of mirror in Kai's heart evaporated without a trace. Then, left all alone, the Snow Queen omitted. I remember the day we put her in the cryo coffin with our own hands. At some point, her joyous laughter was gone. She just cycled through laughing and crying. And eventually, she was found in a bathtub soaked in red, with her wrists cut. We did not believe in death. I will have her reconstructed from the machines I have detested for my entire life, but have become the only answer. She would have been disgusted by me for this, dying in that bathtub. However, we were too far down the road filled with remorse and regret to feel any sort of guilt. One day, it spoke to me. I remember you. You were a kind-hearted person. The moment I heard it, I was seized by the urge to destroy what I had created with my own hands. an abnormality which contains the pain of all who couldn't take their sorrow in stride. A bath of a gloomy color, topped up with blood. The blood is always kept in equilibrium. It never overflows. Only despair can be found in its sunken depths. Unbearable depression overwhelms all who look into the bath. In an instant, it can pull a nearby person into it. It bears no considerable strength, but those who suffer from its crushing depression do not resist. It devours the victim until nothing remains except for their wrists. All the hands which float in the bath are pale, exsanguinated. They stretch into the air and reach out as if asking for help. It's no easy feat to cut one's wrists with a sane mind. A strong will is needed with the resolve to make multiple attempts. Only, when it is sliced, as if one were simply cutting a mere slab of meat, can they achieve this. Only when one yearns for death that much can they succeed. I eternally regret not realizing to ask her why she needed that industrial knife. I eternally regret not realizing that she was hiding her wrists with long sleeves. I eternally regret not realizing she always took extra care to hide them whenever I spoke with her. I eternally regret not realizing that I never heard her cheerful laughter anymore, and that she roamed around the company with lifeless eyes more and more often. I can't even imagine how painful it would be to cut your wrists. I found out that the only reason she could manage to do something like that was she cut her straight through. We always popped one bottle of wine every time we succeeded. It became one of our customs. She told us that it only takes one slight misstep to fall into indifferent habit if we get too used to success. Thus, we should always smile, rejoice, and celebrate every little thing in the wake of success. And we should never neglect failure, as success can be born from a pile of failures. When I saw the lattice work of scars on her wrists, I was reminded of our wine cabinet. We had used up so many of the bottles, there was only one left. That day I popped the cork off the last one. Random question: do the other abnormalities that make up the whatchamacallit, the floor of general works, do the other abnormalities that make that up also contain stuff? Like, does... No, Heart of Aspiration doesn't. No, it's just those two. Unfortunate. We're just going to go up. Ugh. I know I had read this one before, because back in the day, it's one of those things you see, and the weapons and equipment are called wrist cutter, and you kind of just laugh. Silent Girl does too, but she got cut from the game. Well, she exists still. Just, you know. Who knows why? That one, yeah, that is interesting. I mean, I guess if they were doing it backwards, it would, but going from here to library, they clearly had some level of a plan. Oh. Wait, there's a random name drop? Hold on. Looks like a murderer's gear. You say gear, is it in here at all? His eagle gear, gotcha. Is there a way to view that for... Oh, wait, duh. Where to is C? Yes, Furfur, do copy paste. How do you see that stuff? Hold on. Or is it in the, like, when you're looking at employees type stuff?
The way you normally see is in details of the ego equip menu.
Gotcha. I figured that when I wasn't seeing it out here. Which would require I go in for a day start. Paranormal possibility to change humanity's future. Confidential research began. In the underground, the researchers laid down all sense of dignity, but they do not feel guilt as they had the greater good to pursue. Even the merciful Carmen condoned the project. The merciful Carmen. Merciful, eh? Regret can never return to the normal life before swinging this weapon, expressing one's condolences for the demise of the inmate who couldn't even have a funeral would be nice. God, you have a story. Why does Bald have this much text? Why does Bald have that much text? The friggin' elf tree that I remember being annoying. 'Cause funny. Oh, Bald has more text than the Smoke War lore drop. And the Silent Orchestra, and this, the friggin' Tinman. Tinman? Oh, hey, Big Burp, how you doing? Reddit deserves more text. Anyway, like I said, this stream, oof, the biggest of birds. I actually kind of want to see about doing and having another reading these stream now that I've gotten started on it. We could have a stream where it is strictly the purpose to read through all of these, but like I said, I was a little more tired than I thought I would be right now, so. You know what? You were annoying in this game, but the Ryoshu ID made you redeemed. Redeemed? Yep, you are redeemed. Bald is awesome. Has more text than White Knight. Technically not the most true statement, given that Plague Doctor is also here, and together there is more text, but Bald is awesome. Has more text than White Knight. Forgive my moments of silence here, just once again, a little bit of reminiscing before ending the stream. I could, but I also want to save some, you know. I'm saving a lot. There aren't any in particular. I got genuinely the fact that page 1 ended with the Carmen ones. So this is a random little aside. Is the abnormality bloodbath the very tub that Carmen was found in? Or is that, if that's confirmed or not? indeed. Oh, heavily implied? Gotcha. Just thought for the brain, thought for the food for thought, as they say. But I apologize that I wish this could go longer, as ever and always. Well, the photo of it, anyways. The concept of that made into an abnormal infused with Gotcha. Oh, but about Eliza used to have the ability for principal if it was male, they'd pull him into the web like they do now, and if it's female, they'd inflict psychological damage and what the hell? Spider bite is a weird one. Yeah, before I go on and ramble too much, first off, time to put down the dog and let Frank rest again. And melting love his bottom left corner. They were just gonna eat. Yeah, we're just do that. But what a fun little trip down memory lane. It's regrettable that a lot of there were quite a few names from back in the day that were sacrifices on day 49. It was nice to work another day. One more day for it. One more day. Ignore the old time's sake breach of White Knight that happened. Memory repo is an option. Memory. Indeed. The videos and the history are all there, you know. To be fair, day 49, I like my... whatchamacallit. Back in the day, and I stand by this, the most efficient way to get through day 49 was to take the minimum amount of pauses in the Arbiter fight and just accept some sacrifices and hope that it wasn't those who were the most core. We lost a lot of good people, but unfortunately that is the way that it goes. Sometimes you need to sacrifice. It's always easier to say when it's not your skin on the line, but we're getting too philosophical. Before I Thank you, Windows noises. Before I ramble too much, thank you everyone who came to reminisce with me about these old times. If you were an employee, know for it you weren't. Because you still are to this day. Not past tense. You currently are. But before I go on more rambling, thank you people who came. Hope everyone enjoyed. And as always, bye-bye. Stupid Windows noises!